Coding Academy is a program where we teach people who don't have previous programming experience how to become junior developers. So that's someone with about 11 to 12 months of experience in programming. It's a no-cost program. It's supported by Innovate Mississippi, which is a nonprofit based out of Jackson. And we simulate like a work environment. So all the coders come in around 8 in the morning and we code until 3:30 in the afternoon. They have a whole work day and we spend that time teaching the fundamental concepts of computer science, well, computer coding.
It started out of an innovation across not only just the state of Mississippi, but through the nation. We were finding that there was a deficit for trained skilled workers in those areas, or there was a high demand for computer programming, but we did not have the skill set in our area.
I see myself in 5 years working at C-Spire or any other particular business that's working with computers.
Every program that they ask you to create, it's a new challenge, like putting pieces of a puzzle together. You have to figure out how it will fit to make it run correctly.
In 5 years, I hope to work for a big company. Hopefully, I can work from home, work remotely, and do a little web design.
The other part of the program is that we're teaching what some people call soft skills or industry-ready skills.
Soft skills include those job employability skills, interview skills, resume building, teamwork, working with finances and budgeting.
You know, I think this is a special opportunity for our community as a whole. You can take individuals who need a second chance in life. And life happens to people, and they're able to learn skills that allow them to be able to be employed and receive a job for $50,000 to $70,000 or more as a programmer. It means a lot to me. You know, what this is called is social entrepreneurialism, is when you have the opportunity to really impact the community and really develop a program that changes so many lives and actually changes the destiny of our students.
And they'll hold it, a jump ball, 8 seconds left. And so just so you guys know, as you look at this matchup between the Tupelo girls and the Columbus Lady Falcons, the head-to-head matchup has been lopsided indeed. 66-40 in favor of Columbus and 51-46. And that was a close one because Columbus was down 11 at one point, then went on a 23-2 run to end the game, which was an insane feat. So the current record, number 24 team in the state, 17-5 Columbus Falcons, are 6-1 in district. They only lost to the South Panola Tigers in play. They beat Tupelo twice, as mentioned. And then again, if you're just tuning in and listening to us, they've already locked in their position. What they're fighting for tonight is that home court advantage for an extra week and an extra bye, which is so important to give your team to rest and to sort of figure out who you're going to play. Tupelo on the other end, 20-8 entering the ball game, 5-2 of course in region, but with only 2 losses coming to Columbus, and they have already locked in their playoff berth as well. Again, championship game, a lot can happen. Both teams are equally talented. Both teams are really excited to play. We're going to give you a breakdown. We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back after this. We are in Batesville, Mississippi for district championship basketball. You're listening to 91.1 WMSB.
Your Bulldog men's basketball team is back in Stark Vegas on Saturday, February 17th for a key rematch with Ole Miss. Creating the most electric and intimidating atmosphere in the SEC starts with you. The Bulldogs are 16-1 on their home court, so this is a game you don't want to miss. Fewer than 1,000 tickets remain, so get yours today at hailstate.com/tickets, and we'll see you at the hump.
Chaos is reigning. Chaos is reigning. 49-48 right now. This game is so close. Oh, so close. the Tupelo Tigers and the Tupelo Golden Waves are going at it, but the teams that are about to go at it is the Tupelo Lady Wave and the Columbus Falcons. I'm Jackson Ledford. I want to take another time out on the floor. But as we're here, I just want to give you a key matchup to the game we are about to see. These two teams are familiar with each other. They play each other year in, year out. But the key to the games for the Lady Falcons breaks down like this. You have to have very few turnovers. The turnover bug has affected Columbus more times than once this season, and they need to keep it close. That's why Tupelo got out to such a lead on them, because they kept turning the ball over and they didn't take care of possessions. Another thing they need to get tonight is Hannah White. They need a low foul count. Tupelo tried to pressure her, I'm sure, but if she's hot, she will score points all day long. She scored 24 in the last meeting against Tupelo, which turned out to be all the difference. If you go look at Tupelo, the Lady Waves, the key point for them is to defend the paint. Columbus shoots very little outside the arc. They like to drive in, draw the foul, and get a point as well. They like the old-fashioned three-point play, and that's what they like right there. But another thing they need to do is what they did last time when they played the Lady Falcons. They need to try to force those turnovers, but of course, the coach, Yvonne Harrison, already knows this. She understands how to prepare her team, all this and more. We're going to take another break. Don't go anywhere. This game is about to wrap up, and we're about to go into district championship basketball here on 91.1.
When is the best time to talk to your family about staying in touch during a disaster? When floodwaters reach your door? When wildfires are engulfing the edge? Or an earthquake is destroying buildings? Or is the best time perhaps today? During a disaster, you may not be able to stay in touch with your family or friends as easily as you think. Go to ready.gov/communicate and make your emergency plan today. Don't wait. Communicate. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
A wild finish here in Batesville, probably a sign of things to come as the Tupelo Golden Wave boys will be advancing to the playoffs, and the boys South Panola Tigers have just been kicked out of playoff contention. So that's sort of what just happened here in Batesville right before our very eyes. Came down to the last shot. But now taking the floor as I speak is the Columbus Lady Falcons. They hit the floor. They are currently 17-5 on the season, 6-1 in district. They're looking to go in as a number one seed in their district against other teams. And they'll hopefully try to lock up that extra home court advantage, that extra playoff berth, that extra bye week, I should say, and they should look to get it done here tonight. The Columbus Falcons look fresh, look ready to play, and the Tupelo Lady Wave hit the floor as well. This team has a deep bench. They play a little bit of everybody. So the Columbus Falcons, who tend to stick to a few select players, you'll be forced to go a full 4 quarters here in South Panola, as we have already seen a couple of Columbus fans be very vocal as their team takes the court. Again, the keys to the game, Tupelo has to force turnovers against this disciplined Columbus team. They'll run several plays in the paint, and you have to try to get those rebounds, get those turnovers, and try to do what you can throughout the game to extend possessions. Now, if you're Columbus, you have to score in the paint. The paint is your bread and butter, and you have a lot of post players. Sadler, you have White, and you have Hughes as well. Jackson's come off the bench and put in some quality minutes for the Falcons. There's a lot of players on the Columbus bench that can come in and make a big difference. And I expect, for me, that'll be the difference when Hannah White, when all of them, the all stars come out of the game, Verdell, especially number 15, Harden, who played a huge role in the last game. When they come out to get a short breather, what will the players on the bench do? That'll be the difference in this ballgame, to sort of keep the drives alive and force pressure on their counterparts, the Tupelo Golden Wave. We are set here in South Panola, as I said. The stadium very, very filled tonight, as to be expected for a championship game. We will have 10 minutes to go till the start of the district championship match between the Lady Falcons and the Golden Wave. Keep it tuned right here on 91.1 WMSV. We'll be back after a pregame break.
Introducing Walmart Neighborhood Market, an easy new way to shop that's close to home. Come inside for a full grocery selection with fresh local produce, choice USDA meats, all at Walmart's everyday low prices. And it's not just groceries. Get free shipping with in-store pickup on over 1 million eligible items from Walmart.com. Walmart Neighborhood Market. Same low prices, fast, fresh, and easy shopping.
Now open at northeast of MSU and Highway 12 in Starkville.
In 50 feet, turn left. Why are you driving so slowly?
After a few drinks, I'm taking it slow.
Well, you're not fooling the cop behind you.
What?
Get ready to pay in 0.1 miles.
Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Nothing kills a buzz like getting pulled over for buzz driving, because buzz driving is drunk driving. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
The programming heard on WMSV 91.1 FM is brought to you in part through support from the Columbus Municipal School District. For information on the Columbus schools or for events happening at the schools, visit columbuscityschools.org. One team, one Columbus.
Coming up on Art of the Song is folk music icon Dean Gitter. Dean shares stories of his time during the 50s folk music scenes in Boston and New York, and his latest project, Carl Sandburg's American Songbag 2.0, produced and recorded in his new home in northern New Mexico.
This week on Art of the Song.
Join us for Art of the Song, a virtual coffee house for singers and songwriters every Sunday at noon here on WMSV 91.1 FM.
As both teams go through their warm-ups, the captains for both teams are meeting in the middle with the refs. I am Jackson Ledford, and you're tuning into 91.1 to hear Columbus Falcon basketball. Right now it's lady basketball, as both Columbus teams entered in as the number 1 seed in their division, and they both advanced to the championship. So this is what a lot of people expected of the Falcons, because they have a really deep roster with seniors, a senior-laden team for both sides. And I expect to see, just a short prediction here, a really, really tough contest from both sides, from the boys and girls game. Looking forward towards the girls game, which will happen in roughly 7 minutes. We can expect two teams that know each other real well. It'll be a fight for every possession. Every possession will matter in this game. I expect it to be closer than before, especially with Tupelo keeping it as close as they did, leading by 11 at one point on the Falcons. I expect it to be a very, very close game. So both teams know what to expect from each other. They've experienced each other several times before. And as we look over the roster for the Columbus Falcons, there are several names that you guys know and love. Hannah White, number 24. Number 15, Hardin. Snell. We have D. Smith and number 22, B. Smith. Jackson, Brewer, Barry, Hughes, all of them and more have put in some quality minutes for the Falcons, and we expect a little bit of all of them to play in tonight, especially the starting five. They'll put in a lot of minutes. That's something Columbus does. They run their starting five a lot, and they have a lot of experience. They do have that stamina to run in deep games, so they definitely are built for these sort of matches. Hope you guys are ready for some quality basketball, because it's going to happen here tonight. I'm guaranteeing it. You're listening to some quality radio right here. 5 minutes left to go, 6 minutes left to go. We're going to take another pregame break. Keep it tuned right here on 91.1.
In a healthy body, wounds heal easily and naturally, but for people with chronic health conditions such as diabetes, heart disease, or cancer, or for those who are aging, wounds can be slow to heal and prone to infection. The Wound Healing and Hyperbaric Center at OCH Regional Medical Center specializes in treating difficult-to-heal wounds. Our specialists provide the latest treatments with a goal of healing wounds, preserving tissue, and preventing amputation. OCH Wound Healing and Hyperbaric Center. The healing starts here.
Oh, hi. Right now, I'm getting a remarkably heartfelt bear hug from Smokey Bear. Thanks, big guy. Now, if you could let me down. See, I made sure there were no low-hanging branches when I set up my campfire. And before we left, I drowned out my campfire, stirred it, drowned it out again, then made sure it was cold. Visit SmokeyBear.com to learn tips to prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Are you ready to gain a global perspective in the agribusiness industry? The new online Master of Agribusiness Management at Mississippi State University, a university internationally recognized as a leader in agribusiness, can get you started. Their accredited online program provides high-quality instruction that grooms students for advanced careers in farm production, food manufacturing and distribution, product marketing, retail, forestry, and agricultural lending, all on a schedule that works for you. To learn more about this and all of their online programs, you can visit distance.msstate.edu. Hail State.
For the next Putumayo World Music Hour,
we'll explore the eclectic music of today's Italy, from the lively folk traditions of the countryside to the sophisticated studio-created grooves of the club scene. I'm Dan Storper.
And I'm Rosalie Howarth. Join us for Spotlight on Italy, the next Putumayo World Music Hour.
It's a musical journey around the globe each week with Rosalie Howarth and Dan Storper on the Putumayo World Music Hour, Sundays at 11 a.m., only on WMSV.
The action is getting ever closer here in South Panola as the Lady Falcons and the Lady Golden Wave are set to take off in roughly 3.5 minutes. Hope you guys are excited for a good time. Now, when we talk about these two opponents, they sort of have different styles. Tupelo is not afraid to shoot the three. Columbus is more of a paint team. And if you haven't seen them out to play and you have a chance to, well, both teams will be in the playoff. Just so you guys know, what they're fighting for is that extra home game and that extra bye week, which is really critical, especially if teams are supposed to make it deep into the playoff. Now, another difference between these two teams is the sort of style of defense. Now, both can easily play man-man, but Columbus often has shown they don't prefer that trapping 2-3 zone and try to get teams over in the corner, kick it out. They'll say, we allow you to shoot on us, but we'll protect the paint. And that's sort of the philosophy Von Harrison has brought to this team. But going over to Tupelo, they'll play man and pressure you and try to get those turnovers, which we saw when the last time these two teams played in Tupelo. We're going to see a lot of players from Tupelo. We'll get a lot of quality minutes. We expect the starting five for Columbus to get a workout tonight against this pressure. And the keys for Von Harrison and her staff, if you guys are just joining us, is to play in the paint, play to your strengths, and sort of dictate the tempo of this game. And if you're Tupelo, you definitely want to get those turnovers because that takes the ball out of players like Harden, out of the hands of White. And that'll help you build your lead going into this as well. Now, the Falcons have come a couple times from behind this year, so we expect a hard-fought game regardless. The sort of mental toughness, especially being led by a lot of upperclassmen, is this team. We're going to have about 2 minutes to go. We're going to have the national anthem, I assume, here shortly. So don't go anywhere. We're about to kick off here in South Panola. You're listening to 91.1 WMSV.
It is crucial that you protect your personal information to guard against identity theft and other malicious attacks. Personal information, such as your social security number and net password, should never be shared. Also, you should be careful of the websites you visit and the files you download. Additional safeguards include password protecting your computer and logging off open computers prior to leaving. Remember, you are the best guardian of your personal information.
MSU's largest General Honor Society, Gamma Beta Phi, will host a Night for St. Jude on Saturday, February 24th at 7:30 p.m. in the Student Union Ballroom. The event is semi-formal and will include a catered dinner, a performance by the Mississippi State Jazz Band, and a silent auction. Tickets are $50 for singles, $90 for couples, and $30 for students with an ID. Proceeds benefit St. Jude Children's Hospital. For more information on the event or to purchase tickets, you can visit www.nightforstjude.com.
Imagine a world where food is not a privilege, but a right. A A world where there is room at the table for everyone. Where food technologies are developed, perfected, and shared to feed the world's growing population. Imagine a world without hunger. We are at Mississippi State University, where we ring true.
I'm Anthony Craven, your host for Music Makers Presents, a 30-minute show that airs every weekend right here on WMSV, featuring local artists and bands performing their own original music live. They also will sit down every episode with me for a conversation on music and life. It airs every weekend, 9 p.m. on Saturdays, 9:30 a.m. on Sundays here on WMSV.
They are announcing the starting lineup right now, and starting for the Columbus Falcons. We will have number 15, Harden. Number 2, B. Smith. Number 31, Anaya Sadler. D. Smith. And number 24, Hannah White. Starting for the Tupelo Golden Wave will be number 0, Jay Hinton. Number 5, Kay Sharp. 23, T. Holmes. 30, Florence. And 31 for Lowe. And with that, will be the start of the first quarter of action here in South Panola. You're listening to 91.1 WMSV. And we are excited for a great game here today. The Columbus Falcons have huddled up right pass to the right. We are on the floor, and during the third place game, I guess you could say, here earlier between Tupelo and South Panola boys, I was hit with the ball twice. So if you hear a large thud and silence, you know what happened. Columbus will be wearing the white jerseys, white pants with the purple stripes down the side. Tupelo will be wearing black with a blue outline and the gold trim around the numbers. These uniforms are much easier to see. Oftentimes their hair gets in the way. So it's with these uniforms, the numbers popping out so much, it'll be easier to read these numbers here tonight. Number 25, D. Smith will be taking in for Lowe. It will be her counter on the other side. The ball's jump and will be taken by Tupelo. Number 0, Hinton has it. Hinton will kick it out to Florence. They'll be thrown over to Sharp. They'll be knocked out of bounds by Sadler. Excuse me, yes, that was Sadler. Couldn't quite see because of the hair. Sharp will inbound it. It'll be taken, and number 24, Hannah White, will be take it and just go with it. So that's a great job, great steal from Hannah White there. She gets her first points of the ball game. Tupelo responds very quickly and will drive it straight back. Number 30, I believe, was the one who made the basket. That was Florence. 2-2 your score. Again, Tupelo already starting with a half-court press. Harden is directing traffic, getting people to go. Hannah White has the ball on the left side. Columbus is moving from the right to the left, from where I'm from. Hannah White puts up a shot, but airballs it. And it'll be knocked out of bounds. Will maintain possession for the Falcons. Harden will be inbounding it. D. Smith will be on the right side. She looks to have an open look. They'll give it to D. Smith. That's what I thought. And the ball will be stolen by Sharp. Sharp will turn it up court, comes across the side. We have a player down for Columbus. Can't hardly tell you it's Harden. But it'll be stolen by number 23, 22, B. Smith. B. Smith has the steal there. And it'll be kicked out to number 31, Sadler. And there was a push, but I can't tell on who was on the floor. I'll be able to tell you here in a second. 22 on Columbus. So that was B. Smith getting a push underneath the basket. And Jackson will be coming in for Harden. Harden was the injured player when Smith stole the ball and took it down the side. Harden had hit the ground pretty hard, and Jackson, who's played a lot of quality minutes for the Falcons, definitely has plenty of game experience, has come in to take her spot for the time being. Florence will kick it out to Hinton. Hinton will go to the top of the key. Sharp is to her left. They'll kick it over to Holmes. Holmes looking to pass it. We go to Sharp. Sharp will have Farrell on the left side. Farrell will kick it out to Hinton again. Hinton will try to drive it, but will meet Hannah White in the paint. Columbus likes to do it. Columbus is man-to-man right now. And they're just going to try to find room, but they're not going to find it. It'll be a shot taken, and it'll be rebounded by Farrell. Farrell will put it up, and good. Farrell scores her first points of the ball game. 4-2 in favor of the Golden Wave. A ball will be inbounded by Jackson, who gives it to Sadler, and we give it back to Jackson. Jackson looks to make a move, drives in, and that'll be a number 30. That'll be on Florence. They'll say it was on the floor, so they'll inbound it underneath the basket. Jackson will inbound the ball. Hannah White to the top. She's getting guarded by Sharp. Oh, man, beautiful screen move. There was a wide open shot by Hannah White, but she just missed it. Florence had the ball, drove it down really quick, but the Falcons got back. It'll be taken by Hinton at the top, over to Sharp. Sharp will give it to Farrell, but Farrell's guarded by D. Smith, who will get some help from Jackson to sort of chip away. Sharp will try to go for it, but nothing going, but there will be a foul, and Sharp will go to the free throw line. Couldn't quite tell. They'll call it on .31. Sadler is going to take her first foul of the game. So 2 fouls in the game, and both have been by, actually there's been 3 fouls, 2 have been done by Columbus. There was 1 foul on Florence. The first shot taken by Sharp is missed. Sharp is the smallest player on the court, but she's also probably the quickest. Columbus has the overall size advantage. And you can hear the Columbus cheerleaders chanting, try to get Sharp off her game. And apparently it works because it's rebounded by number 25, Smith. They'll try to half-court pressure, but Sadler will get it. They'll pass it to, the pass is too hard to Smith. They'll kick it out back to Sadler. Sadler will go to Smith, who goes up for a basket, but it'll be rebounded by number 22. That'll be B. Smith with the rebound, and jump ball in favor of Columbus this time. So Columbus will inbound it again. They had a really nice play set up for Smith, for White earlier. They'll give it to Sadler. No, they won't. They'll give it to B. Smith. Smith will try to go for a play. If she can, she'll kick it out to Jackson. Jackson will roll out to the elbow, go to the top of the key. Asking for help. The pressure from Tupelo, as we talked about earlier, already taking effect. They were man-on-man already. Smith will drive to the basket, and that'll be against Tupelo. Number 5, Sharp, will draw her first foul. And if you're either team, you don't want to commit these fouls so early. You don't want to give chances at the free throw line later on in the game when the bonus takes into play. Jackson inbounds it to Sadler, but Sadler gives it quickly right back. He'll go back to Sadler, who's at the top of the key, almost wide open, but guarded by Farrell. Farrell will give it to Smith, but D. Smith, D. Smith, number 25, is fouled. She went in shots, she didn't make it. And Florence will draw her second foul of the game for the Tupelo Golden Wave. And Smith will go to the line looking for 2. A chance to tie the game. Ball's up, and no good. Hannah White cut her hair, so it took me a while to figure out who she was because, the hair threw me off. Smith will shoot again, and this one is off the iron, but rebounded by Columbus, so good second chance there. But it'll be stolen by Sharp. Sharp with her second steal of the game. And it'll be blocked. Hannah White came out of nowhere and just blocked that out of Sharp's hands. A timeout will be taken by Columbus. We'll take it with them. Don't go anywhere. A great game shaping up here in South Panola. You're listening to 91.1 WMSV.
Anthony's Good Food Market of West Point, Mississippi, proud supporter of the Juke on WMSV. Features some of the South's finest Cajun and Delta-inspired cuisine like barbecue shrimp, hand-cut blackened ribeyes, and gumbo. Plus, for live music fans, every Wednesday night, it's the Midweek Mojo, featuring musical performances from 7 until 10. Anthony's, established in 1936, is a brown bag establishment, so feel free to bring your own bottle of wine or spirits to enjoy with your meal. Anthony's Good Food Market, located at 116 Main Street in West Point, Mississippi. Reservations are recommended on weekends, 494-0316. Anthony's, now on Facebook and online, anthonysgoodfoodmarket.com.
And that ball was inbounded right when we left off, and Fallow will score her second basket of the game, which will bring her total of 4 points, 6-2 in favor of the Wave. Now, both teams are coached very well. Matthew Justice coaches the Lady Wave. Yvonne Harrison coaches the Falcons, and they both do a good job getting their teams ready for play in the postseason. And speaking of postseason, how about B. Smith going in the post and getting her first points of the game? And that is a turnover by Tupelo, and it'll be Falcon ball. Hardin comes back in the game. She'll take over for Sadler. So we have Hardin, Jackson, B. Smith, White, and D. Smith on the court right now for the Falcons. Hannah White will have the ball. She'll kick it over to Hardin. Hardin look for someone to pass to. She'll go in the paint to, can't really tell, B. Smith. Hardin will take a three-point shot. It'll go off the front rim, and it'll be rebounded by 23 of Tupelo. That will be Holmes. A three-point shot taken way outside. That'll be rebounded by Jackson. That was a long long shot, and a good rebound from Jackson. Jackson will be matched up on Sharp. Jackson's looking for help. No one. And a foul will be called on Sharp. Sharp, she's known to be aggressive, but she's a little too aggressive. That'll be her second of the game. And they will pull Sharp out. She has 2 fouls already in this game, and you have to play 4 quarters. 3:35 to go, and Columbus looks to do like a vert stack. If you know what ultimate frisbee is, you'll know what I'm talking about. They line everyone up, and everyone starts cutting different ways and seeing how the defense responds, and that's how they throw the ball to. The ball will go in the hands of Jackson, who caught the ball and took too many steps and committed a turnover. 21 for the Tupelo Golden Wave will check in, but I don't have a 21. We'll work on that for you. 3:23 to go, 6-4 in favor of the Golden Wave. Davis, who just checked into the ball game, and she checked in for Sharp. She drives in, but nothing. Hinton now has the ball. She'll kick it out to number 12. That is Trayton. We can see her first action of the game. Trayton takes her shot. Will go straight in the hands of Hardin. Jump ball. It will favor the Golden Wave this possession. Now it's the Golden Wave's turn to inbound underneath the basket. There's 3 seconds already gone. All right, they get it in. Hinton has the ball, drives to the paint. Wide open. She made a good move to the basket and got it. 8-4 now in favor of the Golden Wave. Falcons trying to look to get some consistency, try to get some back-to-back baskets here. Their half-court pressure has already started. Ball will go to B. Smith, take his jumper from the elbow, didn't quite get it, rebounded by number 12, Trayton. Trayton will drive down, and the ball will be Tupelo's ball. Snell has checked into the ball game. Hughes has checked into the ball game for the Falcons. She'll be in the paint. Expect it, believe it. Davis calls a play. Davis will drive it, but it'll be nothing. Jackson has the ball. Jackson looking, trying to look to pass. Snell is wide open, looked before she moved, and she fumbled the ball a bit, but no fear. It'll be given to Hughes in the paint. The ball, there's three Tupelo players around Hughes. There's no help. They bat the ball away from her, and they'll get it. Davis calls a play. They set things up. There's some movement. Davis kicks it. Shot taken. Rebound. Will be Davis. She gets her own rebound. And that's a foul. Oh, that's not a foul. They'll call that a travel. They hit. It looked to be like a charge, but then she took an extra step when she went in there. They'll just call that, and then it'll be Columbus ball. Again, the men in pinstripes, they make the calls. I'm just here to say what I see. Hannah White looking for some room. They're still on behind her. She has to realize that she does. Good awareness by Hannah White, showing that senior play. Hannah White will drive into the basket, and she'll give it to Hughes, and it'll be over, and it'll be a foul on Hannah White. Can't tell by who. And number 21, I don't have a 21. I'll put it down, though. 21 has the first foul of the game. And Columbus is in bonus country for the rest of the half. Hannah White gets on, she's already on the board, but she'll score again here. So one more opportunity to bring it within 2. Of course, score currently stands 8-5. Make it 8-6. She did it. Again, now Columbus needs to look for a stop on defense and try to find some consistency. Davis has the ball, calls for a screen. It goes the other way. Snell is matched up on 12. Ball will be run just short. Snell will get the ball. She's trapped in the corner, but we'll give it to Hughes. That was D. Smith. Give it to Hughes, and they'll give it to Hannah White. Hannah White will take a 3. In and out, off the front, off the back. But will be rebounded by Hannah White. And they're tangled up. Looks like Snell got tangled up on the play. Didn't mean to. That's why it wasn't called. It was tangled up. Ball shot, and will be rebounded by Snell again. Snell's coming in and making a great impact on the game. Jackson has the ball. Number 14 showing some great skill moves. Going to the basket. Off. We put back up, and it'll be a foul on number 25. 25 D. Smith was fouled in the act of shooting. She'll go to the line for 2. And this is what, if you're Columbus, you're going to, every foul now will put you in bonus country. 6 fouls. I couldn't quite tell who the foul was on. And it'll be a miss for the first one. Chance to bring it within 1. 41 seconds to go. Number 35, Leckman checks into the ball game for Tupelo Wave. Number 25 on the line, shoots, makes one. First points of the game. 41 seconds, now the clock runs. Davis has the ball at the top of the key, being guarded by Jackson very closely. They're going man-on-man tonight. Seems to be a thing for the whole first quarter. They're going man-on-man. They'll try to shoot, and they'll make it. They'll go for the old-fashioned three-point play. Snell commits the foul. It was a close bang-bang play. Number 2, Creighton, who has checked into the ball game, we'll see her first action. Already scored 2. 10-7 the current score. 30 seconds to go. Creighton shoots, makes it. Ball will be given to D. Smith, given back to Jackson. 26 seconds to go. You imagine they'll try to hold for the last shot of the quarter. They've called a play, they called a set. Jackson's being pressured hard. Snell's open. Give it to Hughes. It's being batted away by Smith. 14 seconds left. And they went out of bounds. Yes. Davis tried to make a move out of bounds. She tried to make a move on Snell, but Snell was forcing her into the paint. I'm sorry, it was Creighton who tried to make a move, but she was forced in the paint. Jackson will inbound it for the Falcons. Give it to number 22, B. Smith, who's checked into the ball game. Jackson's holding for the last shot. 6 seconds left. 4 seconds left. Shot by Hannah White, and it'll be just off the front. So 11-7, your current score here in South Panola. We're going to take a short break. Be sure to keep it tuned right here on 91.1 WMSV.
Heart disease causes over 600,000 deaths in the United States each year. The most common form of heart disease is coronary artery disease, a major cause of heart attack. High blood pressure, high cholesterol, smoking, diabetes, obesity, and
Well, the story in the first quarter, Columbus did not shoot well. They scored 7 points. Tupelo scored 11. One thing they did do is cause a lot of defensive pressure on Tupelo and drew a lot of fouls in that first quarter. So they really want to capitalize it in the next 8 minutes to come before that goes. They need to find some back-to-back. They have not made back-to-back baskets yet. Sometimes I say that 3 times fast. Back-to-back baskets. I just did right there. 8 minutes to go. Jackson will inbound the ball for the Falcons. We have number 25 on the court, which is Smith, Hannah White, Snell, and number 22, B. Smith, in the ball game. They'll wait for something. An official's talking with Coach Justice. The vert stack, but this time the horizontal, you can say. They'll give it to Snell. Snell will have the ball. I imagine she'll toss it to Jackson. She does. Jackson looks for some help in the paint. She's being matched up by Davis. Davis with Jackson now. Kick it out to Snell. Snell wide open. Shoot the 3 and count it. Snell scores her first point of the ball game. They're within 1 of the Tupelo away, but don't count out. Tupelo makes transition basketball fast. It will be to be taken by Jackson, but it'll be knocked by Reckman, number 35, and then Jackson just holds onto the ball. It'll be jump ball in favor of the Wave this time. We're waiting for them to change the arrow. I don't think the arrow was changed last time. It should have been Columbus ball. Now they change it. Snell gets bumped by number 12, and it'll be out of bounds on Columbus. There was a shot made, and then it'll be on the rebound. It was knocked out of bounds by Columbus. 11-10 your score here. If you're just tuning in with us, it is a championship game here. What's on the line? The extra home game and the extra bye. Creighton inbounds it. Creighton looks to drive in. Looks to drive in again. Makes a move. Shoots, but no good. It'll be rebounded by Snell. And she stepped out of bounds. She was trying to hold her feet in. She's small, but she's not that small. It'll be inbounded by Creighton now. And the coach wanted a timeout, but the refs just didn't say, and all their backs were turned. Davis kicks out to number 12, Trayton. Trayton shoots, no good. Rebounded by B. Smith. B. Smith will give it to Jackson. Columbus on the boards have been fantastic tonight. They had a slow start where they're being out-rebounded by Tupelo, but then they get back in the ball game. Hannah White has the ball, but they loses it. Tries to go shoot, but it hits the back side, and a timeout will be taken now by Tupelo. So 11-10 your score. We'll take a timeout with them. Don't go anywhere. A great game shaping up here in South Panola. You're listening to WMSV.
We all depend on accurate weather forecasts to plan our day. That's why Mississippi State University is teaching students to forecast the future using real-world news sets as classrooms, putting scientific discoveries in meteorology to the test, while honing on-air reporting skills real-time with local TV stations. And we do it so well that at any given moment across the country, 1 in 3 weather forecasts are being delivered by MSU-trained meteorologists who are helping people make crucial decisions that impact their safety, working to ensure business continuity, and in many cases, saving lives. Predicting the future? That's what we're preparing for every single day, so that you can prepare for your day.
And you are back here in South Panola. Both coaches are strolling the sidelines. It's a close 1-point game. Number 22, B. Smith, has just committed a foul on Davis. Davis will go to the line, shoot 2. Missed the first one. And we have Barry checking into the ball game. For Columbus. And the ball's up, and the ball is good. Davis scores her first points of the ball game. Hannah White has the ball. There's half-court pressure, but nothing the Columbus hasn't seen before. Snell has the ball, looks for help. It'll go to Barry, who just had in the ball game. It'll go to Jackson, go to White, go out to D. Smith, back to Snell. Not a lot of paint play from Columbus. What they have, they've gone shot over the ball. Tupelo has positioned themselves well, taking away shots from Columbus. Barry has the ball. They'll kick it out to Hannah White. Hannah White now drives the lane. Get it to number 25, who makes a nice layup. D. Smith has 4 points in this ball game, has now tied it for the Falcons. 5:50 to go, 12 all is your score. Creighton gives the ball to Letman, who gives it out back to Hinton, who's checked back in the ball game. They'll be rebounded by D. Smith. Columbus has been rebounded very well. They'll transition the ball very well, too. Out to Hannah White, to Snell, back to Jackson at the top of the key. Tupelo is doing some fierce man-to-man. They'll inbound it, give it to Hannah White, who will kick it to Barry. No, that's number 25. That's D. Smith. Hannah White will rebound that ball, though. And he'll continue holding on possession. Kick it out to Snell. To Jackson, who's wide open. Jackson will go in the lane. In and out. But it'll be rebounded by another Columbus player. That's Barry. And they will... and it'll be Lightman rebounded the ball, but fell and rolled over. That'll be called for a turnover. So Columbus, with 5 minutes to go, will be looking to take the first lead of the ball game. But Tupelo, what I said earlier, they play a lot of players, and they've basically done a unit switch. Flo, Sharp, Florence are all back in the ball game. And Hughes will come into the ball game now for Barry. Hughes has a lot of that paint action, which you expect from Columbus, but they have not done a whole lot of paint play a lot. Again, they're trying to look for some back-to-back baskets, but it'll be stolen by 30. And there'll be a foul on, I can't tell who. I think they'll call that on Hughes, who just checked in the ballgame. No, I lied to you. Snell, we called for that foul. Her first. Second of the ballgame. And Yvonne Harrison has made, talked to an official who went to the score table. I think that was on Hughes and not Snell. I think that's what she was trying to get him to do, say, that they had put the wrong number on the board. We'll make sure we're in the books the right way. Kohlheim comes in and will give it to Florence, to Hinton, back to Kohlheim. Hinton will shoot over, though, be rebounded by Jackson, who nearly steps out of bounds. Sharp is in the ballgame, so we match up with Jackson again. She tries to look for a cutting Snell, but there's not there. She'll make a move on Sharp, though. Almost loses the basketball, but will be kicked out to Hannah White. Hannah White looked to Hughes, but nothing there. She'll try a jumper, and that was sweet. So they'll take their first lead of the ball game. Hannah White has 6 points. Now a stop and a score here will be huge for them. Hannah White will be going one-on-one. Almost, she kicks it out, and it'll knock the ball out. Extend a defensive possession. Again, this group of Falcons have played together for a long time. They know how to play in tight games. Kohlheim, number 10 for Tupelo, will look for a cutting Hinton. Hinton's one-on-one with Snell. She looked to shoot, but Snell's too close. She'll just give it back to Kohlheim now. looked at Florence for a second, but then they'll give it to Furlow. Nope, they went over Furlow to Sharp. Sharp tried to shoot, no good. And that'll be a foul. That will be on Hannah White, I believe. We'll tell you for sure. Yep, that'll be Hannah White, her first of the ball game. And with 4 minutes left to go, let's say she has 2 on her. Okay, not what I expected. And the first shot by Kohlheim will be taken and good. Scores her first points of the ball game. And ball's up, in and out. Rebounded by Columbus. Give to Snell, to Jackson now. Sharp is looking, she's 2v1 up top, so there won't be any help for her there. Columbus will cross the timeline pretty easily. And it'll be a turnover. Ball thrown too high. 14-13 in favor of the Falcons. Florence has the ball, goes to the top of the key, and will give to Kohlheim. Kohlheim looks to drive. They'll be blocked. They'll look that was a foul. And so Kohlheim will go to line, looking to possibly take the lead. And Hughes will be the guilty party. Hughes will have her first of the ball game. Falcons have committed 8 fouls so far compared to Tupelo 6. They have a lot of fouls that have killed a lot of drives for them or extended it for Tupelo. One was made for Kohlheim. She'll have 2 points on the night so far. Harden is in the ball game. Harden, Hughes, Jackson, and a turnover. Columbus Falcons look to move the ball. The pressure's starting to get to them. That's one thing we were concerned with coming into this ball game. And Sadler has entered the ball game. She'll take over for Jackson. And Columbus almost didn't have people on the court. And Snell and Jackson both look like one of those confusions. There's not many people in the paint. And there to travel. Furlow and Florence both tried to go for the ball, and Furlow caused Florence to travel. Harden's in the ball game. Been a while since we've said her name. So we'll find a cutting Hannah White, who will. They are just tearing Harden up with the knee. Harden goes to the ground again. Number 5, Sharp will draw her 3rd foul. 3rd foul with 3 to go. High chance of fouling out. She's a starter for this team, a staple. Harden walked it off, though. And she'll go to the line. Harden goes to the line. She'll look for her first points of the ball game and to try to give back the Falcon lead. And she'll do it. She scores 1 on the 1-1. So she'll shoot 1 more, as they say. Hence the name 1-1. She sets, shoots, and short. Be rebounded, though, by Tupelo. The ball will be batted away by Hughes. It's the same situation for Lowe and Florence. Both won that ball. Florence has the ball. It'll be stolen by Harden. Harden already has a quick game, impact in the game. They'll give it to Sadler. Sadler drives, but Florence comes up on her left. High elbows there, but it'll be easy transition basketball, and it'll be out of bounds on Furlow. So Florence came up on Sadler real quick, but Sadler found a Hughes in the paint. Hughes didn't get the ball the first time, and it was kicked out of bounds. Ball will be chucked deep to Hannah White. Hannah White drives, and will be rebounded by Furlow. Furlow will give it to Florence. Florence to Kohlheim. Shoots from the corner, short, rebounded by Hannah White. Hannah White already with 5 rebounds on the night. She'll go to the ground, though. And they'll call it against... Was that Kohlheim? Yes, that was Kohlheim, drawing her first foul of the night. Second foul, excuse me. Again, the hair sometimes gets in the way of seeing it, the numbers. Couldn't quite tell what happened on that play. (15-14) in favor of the Falcons. Hannah White goes to the free throw line. First time tonight on the free throw line. Ball will be just short. Hannah White has not been hot. That was one of our key things to look for in the game. And Columbus, traditionally doing well in the paint, has not done so. Sadler rebounds the ball, and it'll be given to Hannah White at the top of the key. She looks to drive, find Jackson, who's checked into the ball game. Jackson looks for help, give it to Hughes, but it'll be a foul on Furlow. Furlow with her first on the night. And Hughes will go to the line looking for 2. 9 fouls already for Tupelo Golden Wave, 8 for Columbus. Hughes looking for her first points and will not get it on the first attempt at the free throw line. So a couple of things to clean up for Columbus as we have 2 minutes left to go in the half. Then they look to clean up just a little bit. Look for that paint play a little bit more. And the ball will be in and out. It'll be rebounded by Hinton. Haven't said her name in a while. And Columbus has done some half-court pressure now, but they'll split it and find a wide open, I can't see the number. That will be Trayton, who scores her first points of the ball games and gives the lead back to the Lady Wave. Jackson, we match up with Florence. She'll give it to Sadler to find room. Give it to Hughes. Wide open D. Smith, though, and she'll go for the old-fashioned three-point play. And now it'll be the 10th foul. Number 25, D. Smith, has now competing with Hannah White for who can score the most points tonight, as Hinton draws the first foul of the night. So double bonus time, or bonus time, excuse me, for the Columbus Falcons. It should be double bonus. Yes, double bonus. And she will complete the three-point play. Tupelo will try to run it back, but they will have the ball knocked out of bounds by a Columbus player. And they'll call a defensive play call by holding up cards on the sideline, something I have not seen. And apparently it worked because there was a turnover. Barry will come in for Hughes, and they'll do a horizontal stack. I mean, I compare it to Ultimate Frisbee because that's essentially what they're doing. It's the old Ultimate Frisbee concept where you have different players cut at the same time and go back in line to sort of see where the defense will want to cut. Wide open three, and Hannah White will make it. Extend the lead now to 5 with 1 minute to go. There's a wide open two-ball player, but no means for 4, and she'll just drove the basket for herself. Cut down to a 3-point lead for the Falcons with a minute to go. Jackson will have the ball. Jackson will be matched up. It looks to be like Florence guarding her. Chilo goes to the left side. Again, they're moving from the right to the left. Jackson has gone around the world. They'll give it back to Hannah White at the top of the key. She'll give it to Barry. Barry is wide open. She'll shoot. It'll be just off the rim. Rebounded by number 23, Bobby Holmes. 30 seconds to go. Jump ball by number 2. She'll find it. Cut the lead down to 1. Creighton, 5 points in the ball game. Leading scorer for Tupelo. Sadler has the ball. 18 seconds to go. Sadler drives up the middle. And they'll call a charge. Sadler got rid of the ball, but kept running into a Tupelo player. So Tupelo has a chance to take the lead going into half. 13 seconds to go. Florence, well, I imagine they'll want to take a three-point shot. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, and ball will be Columbus ball with 1 second left. So Columbus, I highly doubt they get a point off here. I imagine they'll just try to hold it. And they'll try to throw it, but to no avail. So a 1-point lead for the Falcons as they will try to fix some errors. Not the cleanest basketball we've seen from the Falcons, but it did enough to give them a 1-point lead here in the half. We'll give you a breakdown of what happened. Just don't go anywhere. You're listening to 91.1 WMSB.
Your Bulldog men's basketball team is back in Stark Vegas on Saturday, February 17th.
Coding Academy is a program where we teach people who don't have previous programming experience how to become junior developers. So that's someone with about 11 to 12 months of experience in programming. It's a no-cost program. It's supported by Innovate Mississippi, which is a nonprofit based out of Jackson. And we simulate like a work environment. So all the coders come in around 8 in the morning and we code until 3:30 in the afternoon. They have a whole work day, and we spend that time teaching the fundamental concepts of computer science, well, computer coding.
It started out of an innovation across not only just the state of Mississippi, but through the nation. We were finding that there was a deficit for trained skilled workers in those areas, or there was a high demand for computer programming, but we did not have the skill set in our area.
I see myself in 5 years working at C-Spire or any other particular business that's working with computers.
Every program that they ask you to create is a new challenge, like putting pieces of a puzzle together. You have to figure out how it will fit to make it run correctly.
In 5 years, I hope to work for a big company. Hopefully, I can work from home, work remotely, and do a little web design.
The other part of the program is that we're teaching what some people call soft skills or industry-ready skills.
Soft skills include those job employability skills, interview skills, resume building, teamwork, working with finances and budgeting.
You know, I think this is a special opportunity for our community as a whole, when you can take individuals who need a second chance in life. And life happens to people, and they're able to learn skills that allow them to be able to be employed and receive a job for $50,000 to $70,000 or more as a programmer. It means a lot to me. You know, what this is called is social entrepreneurialism, is when you have the opportunity to really impact the community and really develop a program that changes so many lives and actually changes the destiny of our students.
barbecue shrimp, hand-cut blackened ribeyes, and gumbo. Plus, for live music fans, every Wednesday night, it's the Midweek Mojo, featuring musical performances from 7 until 10. Anthony's, established in 1936, is a brown bag establishment, so feel free to bring your own bottle of wine or spirits to enjoy with your meal. Anthony's Good Food Market, located at 116 Main Street in West Point, Mississippi. Reservations are recommended on weekends, 494-0316. Anthony's, now on Facebook and online, anthonysgoodfoodmarket.com.
The stadium here in South Panola has a nice crowd from both sides here in the stadium, so it's getting loud here with 4:50 to go, 21-20. No one scored yet in this third quarter of action. Ball will be a jump ball in favor of Tupelo this possession. They'll inbound it from underneath the basket, just to the left of the basket, I should say. Coach Justice and Yvonne Harrison are shouting things to their team. Again, I have not seen either coach sit down yet. So they're all into it. There'll be a wide open shot from Henson, but missed, but will be rebounded. And the ball will be slapped by, I can't tell if it was Sadler or Smith, number 22. And trying to see here what they say about it. And it'll be D. Smith's fourth foul of the game. So one more and she'll have to sit for the rest. 2 fouls each by each team. Ball shot, and the ball game is now tied. Holmes scores her first points of the ball game, and with it, she'll tie it. Barry will check in for number 22, Smith. And Holmes will look for a shot again. Takes the shot, and it'll be off the basket. Barry will get the rebound, though. Her first rebound of the night. She will give it to Harden. Harden will drive up the paint. Again, the half-court pressure from Tupelo. Trying to get something going. Nothing going, though. Sadler had the ball at the right side. Given to Barry. Barry had several people on her. And there'll be a travel call. There was 3 people around her. She tried to look for help, but nothing was there. Tupelo trapped her on the baseline. Again, if I kept track of turnovers, we would be in the 30s almost, I guarantee it. It seems like it would have been turnovers by both sides. Again, back-to-back baskets, hard to come by. 21 all. Hinton will have the ball on the left side. Tupelo wearing the black, Columbus wearing the white. She'll give the ball to Davis. Davis brings the top of the key, being guarded by Harden. Harden will follow around the horn and won't find nothing. And the ball will be stolen by Hannah White. They'll call a jump ball, and it will be Columbus's ball. So now it's time for Columbus to put points on the board. With 3:49 to go, haven't really seen a whole lot of action. You know, there's been turnover, foul, turnover. The only point of the so far has been one field goal. One free throw taken. It will all be stolen by Davis. Davis against Harden. And there'll be a foul committed by Sadler to keep Hinton from scoring the easy basket. It was a 2v1, and then Sadler came out of nowhere and fouled Hinton. Sadler will draw her third of the ball game. Now there are a couple. Smith has 4, Hannah White has 3, and Sadler has 3. So a couple of Falcons getting into some foul trouble, possibly. Ball will be brought to the rim, but nothing going. There'll be some hair tugging, but nothing's called by the refs. And it'll be a hold, and it'll be Columbus ball. Number 25, D. Smith had her hair pulled in a couple of different directions, a couple of different times. Harden will inbound it. And they'll bring the pressure now. They got to get rid of it. And they'll give it. Hannah White's open on the left side, and the ball will be out of bounds. Hannah White was coming with Smith. There was a fast break. They brought the pressure. They just threw it over the pressure. And Tupelo came and batted the ball away from Smith there. Harden will inbound it now to the left of the goal. And they'll give it to Hannah White, a play they have worked on so many times. And someone will be holding their leg, the injured player, Trayton. But she will get up and come down the court. Hinton has the ball on the far side of the court. They'll kick it back out to Davis on the top of the key. Look to set a screen. Nothing going. They'll look to slow the ball game down just a little bit so they can get something going. They set a screen, but the ball will be up and over, but rebounded. There was 4 Columbus players there. They'll be rebounded, stolen by Hughes, who checked into the ball game. Good steal, a fast break for Columbus, and counted as 2 points for Jackson. Jackson and Hughes hooking up there. Good transition. And Harden will guard Davis at the top of the key. The ball was almost stolen by Jackson. She jumped that pass very, very well. And there will be a couple of Tupelo players checking in. Sharp's back into the ball game. Sharp has 3 fouls, so she cannot get into foul trouble. Ball will be taken in now by Florence. We have Florence, Holmes, Sharp. So I can tell right now, looks to be Creighton as well. Creighton will have the shot, look for a 3, thought better of it, now will take the shot. Ball will be in and out, rebounded by Hannah White. 8 rebounds on the game. Hannah White, no one around her. She'll wait, hold up, now will take the 3 and will make it. 12 on the night for Hannah White. She thought about it first, pump fake, people drop back, and she said, I'll take it now. Hughes is guarding, I couldn't tell that's Florence. That is a foul. And they'll count that as a defensive foul. Number 25, Smith, with her first of the night. So a 5-point lead now. Columbus, again, had some back-to-back baskets that were really crucial, as Kohlheim will add to her point total for 3 on the night, bringing it down to a 4-point lead. She'll set up for the shot, take it, and count it. 4 on the night for Kohlheim of Tupelo. Now only a 3-pointer separates Columbus from Tupelo now. They're up 3. Now they're going to do the full court pressure again. If anyone's a fan of Press Virginia, they'll love this. Hannah White will just roll it up the right side with no problem. They'll kick it out to Jackson. Jackson for the 3. Looks good, and it's good. That was a pretty 3 from Jackson. She has 5 on the night. It's now a 6-point lead for Columbus. She'll throw the ball away. .138 to go, 6-point lead, 29-23 for the Falcons. Situation ball here. They try to extend their lead going into the 4th and try to press for the advantage to end it. the jump ball and the possession arrow. No, don't do it. Don't do it. Jackson tried to said something to Davis, and the refs just telling her to calm down. And Hannah White showing senior leadership now, pulling Jackson to the side and said, it's not worth it, calm down. I saw it, read her words from over here. And Yvonne Harrison applauding the act of leadership from Hannah White. Kohlheim will have the ball. She'll try to drive it in. She will. Ball will be up and over, rebounded by Smith. Jackson will have the ball, be matched up again with Creighton. Harden will be on the left side of the safety valve for Jackson. She'll kick it out to Hughes. Hughes to Smith. Smith shoots and scores. Back-to-back buckets are coming now for the Falcons. They now have an 8-point lead. They'll shoot a 3-pointer. They transition the ball well. Ball will be taken by Creighton. Didn't make it. They'll be rebounded by Hinton, and she will make it after the rebound. And with a minute left to go, we're going to take a timeout here on the game. We'll take it with them. You're listening to 91.1 WMSV.
They say that car crashes happen in slow motion. The reality is that crashes happen fast. There's no time to think and no time to check if your child is in the right car seat. Car crashes are a leading killer of children 1 to 13. Are your kids in the right seat for their age and size? Don't think you know. Know you know. Get more info at safercar.gov/the-right-seat. A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
It has been a tale of two halves of this quarter. For the first half of it, there was only 1 point scored. In the last, there's been quite a few points scored, and by that I mean 15 points in the last few here. We still have a minute left to go. So both teams are coming out of their timeouts. Hannah White has been hot the last few runs. They have done the ball well in the paint, passed the ball around, and got it in the paint and good. The ref's talking to Yvonne Harrison, telling them to calm down just a little bit. And it will be Columbus basketball. Now, Tupelo are trying to force the issue. They're behind. They don't try to force it. They're trying to get the ball in. 3 seconds have gone. They're trying to give the ball to Hannah White. She gets it. Hannah White breaks the pressure. She was covered by Furlow. Furlow comes from behind her, but Hannah White moves to the side and gets some space. Hannah White looks for some room. She's being covered by Sharp. She'll cut back, go to the top of the key. Now she'll go to the far side of the court. She's being guarded by two people. She'll drive in the lane, give it to Smith. Smith will go up and over, and the ball will be out of bounds on Tupelo, so it'll be Columbus ball. Fight for the rebound, but no one ends up getting it because the ball will be hit out by a Tupelo player. If you're just joining us, 31-25 is your score in favor of the Falcons. Hannah White will have wide open three on the inbound. It'll be just off, and there'll be a fast break. Florence will be one-on-one with Hannah White. Hannah White didn't want to do anything, and she didn't need to because Florence, when she dropped the ball slipped, and she ended up just kicking it out. 24 seconds to go. Harden waits for the ball. Waits 1 second to do something. Inbound it, and then it'll be Columbus ball. 23 seconds to go. You have to tip your hat off to Justice. He coaches very well, keeps his girls very interested in the ball game. They'll try to heave it down the court, but ball was just out, like maybe one length out of reach for Hannah White. She was covered by Sharp there. Ball will be Tupelo ball. Florence on the inbound. A lot of movement. They'll try to get into somebody. They'll try and good job by Harden. Harden, they wanted to try to pass it, but Harden just caught that right in front of the baseline. I've never seen that. And there'll be a foul on number 30, Florence, her third of the night. 22 seconds to go. Man, this is a really interesting way to end the quarter. Jackson will have it. She'll kick it out to Harden. And Jackson took a couple of steps and didn't get to Harden in time before the travel, excuse me. Now it'll be Tupelo ball, 20 seconds to go. 6-point lead for the Falcons. And they'll try to get something in. They inbound it to, I can't tell who that was. That'll be number 12, Trayton, who scores her second basket of the ball game. And I can't tell what just happened. I had two reffing them my way. A timeout was called before anything happened. I think that's what the ref said. And the ref called timeout before it was called, so we'll take it with them. We'll try to show this out. You're listening to 91.1 WMSV.
When you're the best, everyone wants to see what you'll do next. At Mississippi State University, our team of world-class rocket engineers is venturing beyond boundaries, building rockets like none before. We're launching a new era of space exploration. We've developed cutting-edge technology that's helping us build a rocket that can travel at 4 times the speed of sound. Fast? Yes. But more importantly, revolutionary. For you and for a space program that produces many of the conveniences we enjoy today. We're shaping your life in ways you never dreamed. What's next? Watch us and see.
missed in that brief 10 seconds they had the game going on. Columbus inbounded the ball. Hannah White broke through some defenders, and then number 23 Holmes came out of nowhere and knocked the ball out of bounds, preventing the easy layup from Hannah White. But what did Columbus do? They said no problem. They just inbounded to Hannah White, and she scored 2. 33-27 your score right here, and I am with Tupelo, as I need Mr. Bishop here. He's giving me the laydown of what could possibly happen. So the winner will be playing either DeSoto Central or Southampton, the winner of that game, or possibly Warren Central. So it's sort of the way of how that thing works. We don't know quite yet, but it'll be the winner of the DeSoto Southampton game or Warren Central. The loser will play Northwest Rankin. Northwest Rankin has already won tonight, and they will be hosting that game. Madison Central. So we're about to start the fourth and final quarter of action. It is a 6-point ball game. So it's still super close. A couple of Falcons in foul trouble that you need to know about. Number 22, B. Smith. Hannah White has, B. Smith has 4. Hannah White has 3. And Sadler has 3 fouls on the night. They will really inbound in front of us. And again, they'll go with that horizontal stack. Here's a lot of circular cutting action. And the ball will be given to Hannah White on the baseline. Try not to get trapped. And she'll give it to Hughes. Hughes will give it to Jackson, and she will be fouled when she goes in. That was a nice attempt there from the defender, number 23, Holmes. She'll draw her 3rd foul tonight. And number 10, Kohlheim, will come in for number 23. Hannah White will be inbounding the ball. 23 has 4 fouls on the night, 4 fouls on the night. So she has one more than she's done. Harden has gotten the ball off the inbound. Give it to Hannah White in the paint. Hannah White will have 3 Tupelo players around her. She'll kick out to Harden. Harden shoots, and it'll be just short, and it'll be rebounded by Hinton. It was just short. We'll see, number 12 is checking the ball game, Trayton. She'll give to Hinton. Hinton over to Kohlheim. Kohlheim will rotate right, then cut back inside the paint. They drive to the basket and have the ball knocked away by Hughes. And Harden will take the ball up the left side. She'll cut it back, bring it back towards the middle. She's directing traffic now, getting what she wants. Toss to Hannah White in the right. Post, give it to Hughes in the paint. Hughes goes up, and no foul, but the ball will be picked up by Hinton. Hinton will give to Florence. Florence goes straight to the basket, and it will be a 2 for Florence on the line. Can't tell who that was on. That'll be on D. Smith. She'll draw her 2nd foul of the night. Florence shoots. Count it. 5 points in the night so far, cutting the deficit down to 5. She'll shoot again. Ball looks good, but it'll be up and over. Rebounded by Jackson. Jackson will take the ball up. She'll be guarded by Florence. Florence trying to get that ball real hard. A little shove from Jackson, but not called. They'll try to get the ball over, and it will be a turnover. A turnover by Tupelo. Or Tupelo caused a turnover, I should say. 6:51 here to go in the 4th. Florence will inbound it and get the ball back from her partner, Trayton. Harden will cover her. There's no one helping Florence. Trayton is on the corner, far side, but it'll be kicked off the official's foot. Harden, no one by her. No one there, but Jackson will put it back for 2. She missed the layup, but fortunately Jackson got the rebound and gave some more cushion to this Falcon lead. 3 was shot by Hinton, but no good. It'll be airballed. A 7-point lead, and there will be a changing of the guard as 4 Tupelo players come off the bench and 4 will go to the bench. We have Davis, Sharp on the floor, number 21, Thompson, but Harden will inbound the ball to Hughes and get the ball back. She'll be guarded by Sharp. Sharp, a good defensive player, has a lot of energy. Jackson will give over to Hughes, top of the key. Hannah White will drive in. Be guarded by one. She'll rotate left. Jackson in the corner now. She'll drive into the side, take the shot, but no good, and it'll be Tupelo ball. No, wait. The ref said, one ref pointed to Tupelo, and then two refs pointed towards Columbus. It will be Columbus ball. And Harding will inbound the ball from underneath. She'll chuck it out to Hannah White. Hannah White will kick up to Jackson. Jackson with a three, looks too far and is too far. And there was a foul. Can't see who though. No, let's say this ball is out of bounds. So number 21, Thompson will inbound it to Davis. Davis will bring the ball up court, nothing going on. There's a 7-point lead for the Falcons. Taking a 7-point lead with roughly 6 minutes to go, 5:38. Hughes will get beat inside by number 10, Colheim. Colheim has 6 points on the night. Harding, there's no one there to help her. Harding will try to heave the ball, and they'll count 5 seconds. Yeah, there's a turnover. No one there. No one was there. Everyone went back for Columbus, and no one helped Harding out, so it will be a turnover. So a 5-point deficit now. Ball will be inbounded, shot by Sharp, looks good, in and out, but rebounded by Hannah White, who will give to Harding. Hannah White almost has a double-double tonight, and it'll be a travel by Jackson. Jackson's had a few that happened tonight. Typically a very calm player, but you can see she's really rattled. Tupolo's going to bring the ball back very quickly. Davis will bring the ball up the court. Creighton will take a 3 shot. It'll be off the rim and will be out of bounds. But no, it won't. The Tupelo player knocked it in, but Hannah White got it. Hannah White with the steal there. And Harding gets tangled up with number 5. 5 will draw her 4th foul of the night. Harding will inbound the ball right in front of us. They'll give to Jackson. Jackson's calling for some help. Looking for some help. Try to give to Harding, nothing going. They'll try to drive in the lane. A little changing, give to Smith, back to Jackson. Jackson looks for Hughes, will get it to Hughes, and there'll be a foul underneath the basket by Colheim. Hughes will go to the line for 2. A really exciting game, 35-30 in favor of the Falcons. And there's some confusion, it looks like, defensively on who was supposed to guard Hughes on that play. Hughes will get ready for her first shot. And that's Colheim's 3rd of the game. Hughes shoots. Count it. Hughes, believe it or not, first points of the night. She missed a couple opportunities earlier. And Sharp will get pulled out of the ball game, and Henson will take her place. Now remember, both teams are in the playoff. What they're fighting for is the extra bye and that extra home playoff game. A rebound by Smith. The shot was missed by Hughes, but D. Smith rebounds it and gets the points. She has 4 rebounds on the night. Ball will be taken by Creighton and, Davis, and count it for 3. 4 minutes to go. 6-point ball game. Harding needs help, and a jump ball by looks like number 23, Holmes, got that turnover. And Yvonne Harrison shouting some defensive orders now to her team, trying to get them together. 1, 2, the ball will be tipped and it'll be taken. It was right into the hands of a Tupelo player, even though it was good defensive effort from Harding to try to defend that. Ball will go out of bounds, will be inbounded by Colheim on the far side of the court, across court from where we are. Remember, Tupelo is going from right to left, Columbus left to right from where I'm sitting. I'm on the floor, so you can see players' facial expressions. They are into this game. Creighton will get the ball. She has shown that she's willing to shoot for 3 before. She'll kick it out to Davis, though. Davis will drive it inside, try for 1, and it'll be rebounded by Harding. And it'll be a hold. It's a 1-and-1 opportunity now for Harding. a chance to give the lead back to 7 points. 4 minutes to go. There's still plenty of time left in this ball game. All right, so Division 1, number 2 will be playing Hernando or Horn Lake. So that's what's at stake right now, just so you guys know. Thank you. Tip my hat to Mr. Bishop over here. And it'll be rebounded, 1-on-1, no good, rebounded by Colheim. Colheim will give to Creighton. Creighton will shoot. We end up and over. Ball will be jumped around a little bit, but there'll be two ball players who are closer to it, and it'll be rebounded by Davis. Davis will go to the top of the key, go 1-on-1 on Jackson. Jackson will throw to Creighton. Creighton drives the lane, puts a little floater in there, will be rebounded by B. Smith. Remember, B. Smith has 4 fouls on the night, so she has to get rid of the ball. And the ball, she does a very heads-up play. She knocked the ball off a Tupelo defender, and it will still remain in possession of Columbus. So heads-up play by B. Smith, even though she has 4 fouls, putting in some good minutes. That was a heads-up play. Now to get the ball turned over. The ball will be given to Hannah White. She beats her play, and someone's coming on the backside of her. She'll give over to number 22, who made the great play, and will not get the bucket. But the Tupelo player who had tried to stop B. Smith, number 30, that was Florence. She tried to stop her, went out of bounds, and when the ball came to her hands, 1 foot was inbounds, 1 foot wasn't. It will remain Columbus ball. So the ball will be inbounded, but it will be tipped and into the hands of Creighton. 6-point ball game, 3:13 to go. Hilton will have the ball, driving the lane on B. Smith, but the ball will be blocked by Harden, but then a foul will be called on, I believe it was on Harden, that was on number 22 for 2, and then B. Smith's out of the ball game. But, yeah. B. Smith has seen the last bit of action she will tonight. She has drawn 5 fouls and has fouled out. Hughes is in the ball game, checking in for her. So the way the situation is, 3:06 to go, 38-32. Florence goes to the line. Florence has 6 points tonight, looking for her 7th. And she misses the first. And we'll see if she makes a second. She gets set, shoots, and off the back rim, no good. But the ball will be rebounded by a Tupelo player, no good. Rebounded by Hughes, no good. And it will be another 2-point try. Hughes fouled someone. I couldn't quite see who. There was 5 bodies underneath that rim. And Hughes, I believe that's her 2nd foul tonight. Yeah, it is. And they'll be in bonus action for the rest of the way. So on the floor, Hughes, Smith, number 25, Jackson, Harden, and White. Score 34-38, 4-point lead for Columbus. Hannah White will bring the ball up the left side. Will toss it to Jackson. Jackson, no one by her. Kick it out to Hughes, and the ball will be fouled. The ball will be tipped. Number 23, Holmes, hit the hands of Hughes as she tried to pass it, and Hughes will go to the line, try to give another 6-point lead for Columbus. 2:51 to go. Again, it seems like very slow, very little time's come off the clock, so anything can happen. Number 23, Holmes, has fouled out for the night, so both teams are playing very, very hard tonight. They both have one player who currently can't play anymore because of foul-out problems. Yvonne Harrison talking to a ref. Don't know what that's about. Hughes shoots, and jump ball in favor of Columbus. So Columbus will maintain possession. Ball will be inbounded to just the right of the basket from where we're sitting. They'll 1 second to go. They'll kick it out to Harden. Harden being guarded very closely, but she'll yank out and go to the top of the key. She'll look for some space. Decides to kick it to Jackson. Oh, sorry, that was White. And Hughes will put up the ball, but nothing good. Rebounded by Colheim. Hughes is out of luck tonight. She's put up several good-looking shots, but they just have not gone in for her. 2:30 to go. 4-point lead for Columbus, 38-34. Davis has the ball. She's calling a set. Tupelo is asking for a movement. They'll give the ball to Hilton, and the ball will be rebounded by Smith, who gets the ball back, give to Harden. Harden will be double teamed in the paint. She'll float one over to Hannah White. Jackson was wide open, but Hannah White had two people crashing in on her. She'll give to Hughes. Hughes has a nice looking shot, but the ball will be given, and they'll call it a travel on Smith, but I think she was sort of forced on that one. Not too sure, but hey, 2 minutes to go, still a 4-point lead for Columbus. And coming in, number 12, Trayton, who has put in some quality minutes for the Tupelo Lady Golden Wave. And the ball will be brought up by Florence, who kicks out to Hilton. Hilton will go around Hughes, try to float one up, but be batted. Hughes said, not today. 1:50 to go. So holding that 4-point lead, timeout by Columbus. So we'll take a timeout with them. It is an exciting game we have going on here. In the last 2 minutes will be just as exciting. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to 91.1 WMSV.
Today we decided to walk to school. The light counted. 15, 14.
13?
We took a left on Carroll Street. Danny's smart, but he gets distracted. He realized he forgot his homework. I hope he doesn't have another bad day at school.
When you can see learning and attention issues from their side, you can be on their side. That's why there's Understood.org, a free resource for the parents of the 1 in 5 kids with learning and attention issues. Go from misunderstanding to Understood.org. Brought to you by Understood and the Ad Council.
There's a 1:50 left to go, but if we saw anything from the last 2 minutes of the third quarter, anything can happen. So what's on the line? If you're just joining us, you should know that what's on the line is a bye and an extra home game. That's what's on the line, and both teams want it, so that's why they're fighting for it right now. 38-34 in favor of the Falcons. Tupelo will be inbounding it underneath their goal. And you can hear the Columbus bench get into it now. Harden will try to inbound it. Harden was blocking for trying to inbound it. Got the ball to skid. And let the ball go out. Hannah White tipped it. The Tupelo player was just going to let it bounce out, but Hannah White tried to get it and just continued to knock it out. So it'll still be Tupelo ball. And they'll chunk it over to Hinton. Hinton will give it to Florence, who'll be guarded by Harden. She'll kick out to Thompson. Thompson back to Hinton. Hinton will be given room by Jackson, and Jackson closes the gap. Furlough's in the ballgame now, and she does commit a travel. So Furlough, turnover. And we have 1:29 to go. Columbus has 7 fouls against them. Tupelo has 9 against them. So one more, and Columbus will be in double bonus territory if Tupelo commits one more foul. Just so you know. Harden will be inbounding the ball. They'll try that rotating action they did last time. Hannah White will have the ball. She looks for some room, but she's being guarded by number 12 of Tupelo, Trayton. Trayton will give her a hard time, but Hannah White breaks it. She's being guarded by Florence. Jackson on the right side tries to make a move, gets around her defender, but she goes back just a little bit. Harden at the top of the key. Yvonne Harrison's calling a set. Hannah White will take it. Jumper from the 3. Off, and will be rebounded by Jackson. Good rebound by Jackson. A lot of action going on right here. Hannah White will be giving the ball to the top of the key. They'll reset. Hannah White looking for room, looking for Jackson, trying to pull a defender out, makes a move, and Trayton almost fell down. Hannah White gets some more room. She'll give it to Jackson. Jackson had a wide open 3, but didn't do anything. Jackson will throw to Hughes. Hughes pulls out of the paint. She'll go over. Give it to Harden. Harden, and number 1, Davis commits the foul. And that's 10. Number 11 commits the foul, and it should be 2. Ball's up, and good for Harden. 5-point lead. We said Harden's name a lot, but she hasn't been on the scoreboard a lot. Only her second point of the game, if you can believe me. Ball's up. And the only one will be counted. 5-point, and the ball be turned over. Colheim trying to thread the needle. They try to get the ball back in transition. They try to use tempo and pressure against this Columbus team. 36 seconds to go. 5-point lead for the Falcons. A bye and a home playoff game are on the line. Sharp checks in back in the ball game. Remember, she has 4 fouls on her. So the coach is trying to put everyone in he can. Ball will be given to Hannah White, who will be given by Harden. Harden will try to break the pressure. She'll go in, give to Hannah White. Hannah White to Hughes. Hughes will bring it to the top of the key. Jump. No, they'll say it was a foul by number 5, and that's her 5th, and she will have to sit down for the rest. So that is the game for Sharp. She commits her 5th foul, and she is fouled out. Hughes will go to the line trying to extend a 5-point lead into a 6-point lead. 22 seconds to go. The championship, they are the regular season champs, and they have looking to be the number 1 seed from their division. The Columbus Falcon team has played hard all year. The mental toughness is took for several close games. A come-from-behind win from this team earlier, and they are just holding on to a lead. The first shot by Hughes, no good. A sit, remember, 1 point here will put a 2-possession game with 22 seconds to go. That could all be what they need. Ball's up by Hughes. In and out, in and out, and back in for Hughes. She has a critical point of the ball game and a timeout by Tupelo. We're going to keep it here. 20.6 seconds to go. 40-34. The lead was extended by that free throw from Hughes. A very critical. Now, what it does is a 2 possession. So now Tupelo, what they'll do is draw up a play. They'll try to get a 3-point shot off, probably through a screen on the backside. That's my guess. Now, we're trying to figure out exactly who. Remember, all these games are being played right now, so we're trying to find out who they're going to play. Once I know, you will know. On the night right now, Hannah White has a double-double. 11 rebounds, 12 points. And right behind her is Dee Smith. She has 11 points with 4 rebounds. Jackson with 7, Sadler with 1, Harden and Hughes with 2. Both teams are trying to draw something up here. Again, 20.6 seconds left, a 6-point lead. And what's on the line is actually a big deal because knowing who you get to play up next, if someone you played before, and practice, that extra week off is so critical. And they all know it. Again, they locked in their playoff spot, but for the Columbus Falcons to be district tournament champs and regular season champs would be a huge deal, be a great thing to do. And they try for that 3-point play. It is air ball, rebounded by Jackson. Jackson will give to Harden. Harden will just try to hold it, and she'll be fouled by Hinton. Hinton commits her 2nd foul. 10.6 seconds to go. 2-possession ball game. And knock on wood, since I'm on the floor, I'll just stump my foot a little bit. It looks like the Columbus Falcons will be your tournament champs. Very exciting. Glad I could be here. If you are not here, you can see them in the playoffs when they will be hosting their game. Harden will make the first of her 2. 3 points on the night. Harden getting set again. Shoots. And it's in. Harden, 5 points on the night. 10 seconds left. Colheim will bring the ball up. Colheim will drive the basket. Gets 1 to go. 36-42, a 6-point ball game. Jackson will hold it, and ball game. And that's the ball game. The Columbus Falcon, the Lady Falcons, are your number 1 seed coming from their district. They have won the regular season. They've won the tournament. So congratulations to Yvonne and the Lady Falcons for their wonderful effort, and they will be getting that bye and that extra home win, so we'll be seeing a lot more of them soon. Remember, if they win that one, they'll be that closer to being in Jackson, so just keep that in mind. And this team is built for a deep playoff run. They have the players, they have the coaches, and they have that mental toughness to be in close games like the one you just saw here. A 6-point game you do want to give credit to Justice and his game and his team. They will be just fine in playoffs as well. So congratulations goes out to Columbus High School, as one of their teams is district champs regular season and for the tournament. So congratulations to them. We're going to take a break right here, and we'll be right back and give you a breakdown of the Oxford versus Columbus boys basketball game right here on 91.1 WMSV.
Your Bulldog men's basketball team is back in Stark Vegas on Saturday, February 17th for a key rematch with Ole Miss. Creating the most electric and intimidating atmosphere in the SEC starts with you. The Bulldogs are 16-1 on their home court, so this is a game you don't want to miss. Fewer than 1,000 tickets remain, so get yours today at hailstate.com/tickets, and we'll see you at the hump.
If you're just tuning in, you missed a fantastic ball game. The Columbus Lady Falcons are your champs tonight. They won the season. They won the tournament. I'm going to give you a breakdown of what happened in that last game. They started off slow, but each quarter they got stronger and stronger. Hannah White was your leader with 12 points, 10 rebounds, getting that double-double tonight. Dee Smith was your second leader in points. She had 11 with 5 rebounds. Hughes had 5, Harden had 3 points, Jackson with 7, Sadler with 1, and Snell hit a critical 3 to sort of give the Falcons a lead early on in the ball game. You can hear both boys teams entering the floor, entering the arena. Both are ready, both know each other very well, and they'll take care. If we look over at the Tupelo girls, they will be in playoffs. Since they won their first game early in the tournament, they will be in the playoffs. Florence led the team with 6 points. Her and Coline both had 6. Hinton had 4. Davis 3. Hayton 5. And Furlow had 4 as well. Both sides had a lot of defensive pressure, and then both sides showed a lot of spirit. We're going to take a 2-minute break now, and when we come back, we'll break down the boys' game right here on 91.1 WMSV.
Introducing Walmart Neighborhood Market, an easy new way to shop that's close to home. Come inside for a full grocery selection with fresh local produce, choice USDA meats, all at Walmart's everyday low prices. And it's not just groceries. Get free shipping with in-store pickup on over 1 million eligible items from Walmart.com. Walmart Neighborhood Market. Same low prices, fast, fresh, and easy shopping.
Now open at northeast of MSU on Highway 12 in Starkville.
I see it all the time. They leave early in the morning.
There's so many people living in that house. And that guy, he's always talking for them.
We need to report this.
Modern-day slavery is happening in our own backyard. Know the signs and join the Blue Campaign in the fight to end human trafficking. Call 1-866-347-2423 or go to www.gov/Blue Campaign for more information.
The programming heard on WMSV 91.1 FM is brought to you in part through support from the Columbus Municipal School District. For information on the Columbus schools or for events happening at the schools, visit columbuscityschools.org. One team, one Columbus.
We're serving up the blues at the Juke every Sunday from 6 to midnight on WMSV.
And we are here in South Panola as the Chargers and the Falcons get set to determine who will be number 1 in their district. Coming in to the matchup, we have the Columbus Falcons 22-6, 6-0 in region play. And they are a top 100 team in the country right now and number 3 in the state. They're bringing a lot of talent, great coaching, and clearly the favorite here tonight. But anything can happen, we know, in basketball. Their opponent will be the Oxford Chargers. They're 9-5, 4-2 in district. Those 2 losses in district coming to the Falcons. Head-to-head this year, they lost both 55-32 the first time and 55-37 the second time. So Columbus definitely has the edge in this game so far. Again, same as in the girls' game, if you're just tuning in with us, what's at stake? home court advantage for another week and a bye. So that's what's on the line for both teams. Now, the keys to win, efficiency for Columbus. They want to make each drive count, and what that does with them being efficient, it forces a lot of pressure indirectly onto their opponent, and they'll try to make plays, and that's where Columbus spaces the floor out and just does what they do very, very well. Another thing that they want to do, their coaches stress this over and over, defense. If they can hold a team under 42, they feel like they have a higher chance of winning. That's something they really need to stress. So they keep Oxford under 42. Expect, that's what they want. They expect that there will be a Columbus victory at the end of it. But on the other side of the court, Oxford Chargers, what they want to do is keep it close. They want to keep it staying as close as possible for as long as possible, at least within 5 points of the Falcons. So at any point, a run can happen. That's what they expect. Another thing they want to do is limit fouls because they don't want to give free chances to a very talented Columbus team. Again, looking over the lineups, there's a lot of people. Oxford will play a lot of people, while Columbus will play their usual, as you would expect. Smith, Deloach, Woodard, Harris, both Joneses, Sherrod, Johnson, and more. You can expect those names to be said a lot tonight. There's a lot to be said and done here. We have about 5 minutes to go, so be ready for a great game here in South Panola, Batesville, Mississippi. It should be a fun and exciting time. In the district championship, it will about to be underway in 5 minutes. Don't go anywhere. High school basketball with the Falcons. We'll be right back.
The Wound Healing and Hyperbaric Center at OCH Regional Medical Center offers state-of-the-art specialized wound care. The center provides a variety of clinical treatments, therapies, and support services to treat chronic, non-healing wounds. Our specially trained team of wound care experts evaluates each patient individually and creates a customized plan of care. If you're suffering from a non-healing wound, you're not alone. We can help. Call on the OCH Wound Healing and Hyperbaric Center. The healing starts here.
Most of my family, they never graduated high school, so I'm trying to break that barrier. My daughter Brooklyn was also a motivation for me to go back. Every day after work, went straight to school, and it paid off.
At age 26, Kareem finished his high school diploma.
I could not have done it alone. I see the future is really bright for me.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Are you ready to gain a global perspective in the agribusiness industry? The new online Master of Agribusiness Management at Mississippi State University, a university internationally recognized as a leader in agribusiness, can get you started. Their accredited online program provides high-quality instruction that grooms students for advanced careers in farm production, food manufacturing and distribution, product marketing, retail, forestry, and agricultural lending, all on a schedule that works for you. To learn more about this and all of their online programs, you can visit distance.msstate.edu. Hail State.
On this week's 51%, we meet a transgender woman who fought the health system.
I understand the shock. I can't say that the reactions that I got were unexpected. I mean, it's what I had feared all my life.
And hear from a storyteller about building on the body positivity movement. I'm Allison Dunn, and it's coming up this week on 51%.
51% kicks off our Sunday morning of ideas every Sunday morning, 7 to 9:30 a.m. here on 91.1 WMSV.
I'm Jackson, checking with you right now, filling in for Scott Walters tonight. And what we have here looks to be a very high-quality matchup. Both teams know each other well. They've played each other in the regular season twice. Columbus, of course, winning both of those. But Oxford comes in here looking to be a little bit upset. They've heard how great Columbus is, top 100 team in the nation, number 3 in the state. And, of course, Columbus walks in to be the favorite. And, of course, they've kept Oxford down 40 points in 2 games, below 40 points in both games that they've met so far. You can expect tonight to see a lot of floor movement for Columbus, what they pride themselves in is ball movement, try to get some space, and then drive to the basket. If you hear a huge ooh from the crowd, that's probably one of the many dunks that Columbus likes to do. They are known for it. But don't quite count out Oxford. The Oxford have a player called Scott, who I've been sitting here looking at him. I have not seen him miss a three-point yet. You'll hear his name a lot, number 21, Scott for the Oxford Chargers. He'll be looking to make his mark on the game tonight. We have about 1 minute left to go. We're going to take a short break, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back, and we'll start the final championship game of the evening. It's 9 o'clock here, and we're going to have a great time listening to the Falcon basketball on 91.1 WMSV.
Listen and imagine. It takes 5 seconds to send a text, and for those 5 seconds, you're driving blind. Life is worth more than a text. Stay alive. Don't text and drive.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org, a message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, Noise, and the Ad Council.
The purpose of the MSU Wireless Guest Network is to allow on-campus visitors internet access. Access to the MSU Guest Network is granted by entering the password of the day, which is valid until midnight. The wireless guest password may be obtained in person at the Barnes & Noble bookstore or from a sponsoring MSU employee.
I'm Anthony Craven, inviting you to join us every Sunday morning, 7 to 9:30 a.m. for our Sunday Morning of Ideas. 2.5 hours of campus, local, statewide, and national public affairs programming that you won't find anywhere else.
We are here in South Panola as the Oxford Chargers and the Columbus Falcons are getting set to announce their lineup. If you didn't hear my whole pregame rant beforehand, what I'd say is an extra home game in the playoffs, and also a very crucial bye. So what we're going to do tonight, the final game of the night, it'll be the Columbus Falcons versus the Oxford Chargers, and here they are, the starting lineup for the Oxford Chargers. Number 1, Blackman. And number 3, Takil Owens. Number 4, Rodlington. Number 20, Pease. And number 21, Scott, who we highlighted in the pregame. Now coming in for the Columbus Falcons. Number 2, number 10, that'll be Smith. Number 11, that's Deloach. Number 12, Robert Woodard. Number 13, Dante Harris. Number 21, Aaron Johnson. And that's our starting five. So just to give it one more time to you, we have Smith, Deloach, Woodard, Harris, and Aaron Johnson, excuse me. And then Blackman, Owens, Robinson, Pease, and Scott. Scott, who highlighted the ball game, gave Columbus a couple of fits defending on the three-point line. You definitely can't leave him alone out there. Definitely have to put a hand in his face when you can. He'll be a great ball player tonight for sure. 8 minutes of action in our first quarter, and the Columbus Falcons are on the court. First, they're wearing white jerseys with the purple strip down the side. They have purple letters with yellow around the sides. They'll be wearing the iconic, of course, purple Nike as well. Going over to the Oxford Chargers, they'll be wearing blue uniforms with sort of gold outline on the shoulders and the shorts, gold numbers, and a white outline. If you're an announcer like me, you love these numbers. They're easy to read. And here's another huge plus. Guys' hairs are shorter than girls, so I'll be able to read the numbers a lot quicker and get the information to you as fast as humanly possible. Expect a great game. Both sides are ready. Both sides are lining up. Robert Woodard will be in the middle. He'll be going up against Scott. So technically the two stars of the team head-to-head for the first second. That will determine who gets possession first. Again, Columbus crowd traveling nicely. And also the Oxford fan base traveling nicely out to South Panola. And the game is about to get underway. Left goes to the middle, presents the ball, and it's up, and it'll be taken by Oxford. Robert Woodard won the jump, but will be taken by number 1, Blackman. Wadlington will be on top of the key. Give it back to Blackman, give it to Scott, and Robert Woodard's right there in his face, and the ball will be almost stolen. The ball was out of Wadlington's hands, but almost stolen by DeLoach. We have Aaron Johnson, who forced a bad pass. It'll be a backcourt violation against the Chargers. Ball will be inbounded right in front of us. Johnson will inbound it. And here we go, left does my technicalities. Check the ball in to Smith. Smith will make sure everyone's set. We'll try to hear from his coach. Coach calls a set. Give the ball to DeLoach at the top of the key. DeLoach looks to drive. Kicks out to Smith. Ball will be tipped up and rebounded by Wallington for the first rebound of the game. Wallington will go up the court. They'll try to trap him on the baseline, but didn't do anything against Blackman there. We saw this a lot in the first game where they tried to do something, and they tried to go for a dunk. Number 20 tried to go for a dunk, Peeves, but they couldn't quite get it right there. So they turnover. Still scoreless, 7:04 to go. Inbound it to Smith. So Smith will bring up the court, no pressure. Smith takes it to the top of the key. Columbus is going from right to left. They'll give it to Smith, back to DeLoach, back to Smith. Smith will kick it back to DeLoach. They'll try to get it to Robert Woodard, but Aaron Johnson's wide open. Shoot the three. Nope, and Scott will get the rebound. So both rebounds have gone in favor of Oxford. Scott will take the ball up. Scott will be on the right side. The ball will be stolen by Denaje Harris. And will get a nice play and a turnover. I couldn't quite tell what happened. There was a bang-bang play. Denaje Harris made an athletic move to try to get the ball. And Blackman will take it in for the Chargers. Wadlington will bring it up, being defended by Denaje Harris. Smith tries to come help, give it to Peeves, but no one's there. And Oxford scores first. No one was covering Peeves in the paint. Sort of snuck by him. They went 2-on-1 at the top and left some guy open at the bottom. They'll call a set. Columbus starts slow and gradually picks up the pressure as the game goes on, so this is not surprising. They'll give it to Johnson. Johnson tries to drive, kick it back out to Smith, who has a wide open three-shot. No good, but it's a slam by Robert Woodard to make the first points for Columbus. And no, two players are going to take time out to sort of redefine that. And no, people have brought blow-up heads of Robert Woodard. I've seen it all. We're going to take a break. You're listening to 91.1 WNSV.
Imagine a car designed to travel 100 miles on a single gallon of gas. Engineered to lead the way in energy independence. It will inspire you to rethink how cars actually work. Imagine the car of the future. We are at Mississippi State University, where we ring true.
2-all with 5 to go here in South Panola. Chargers have the ball, and they will be looking to push up the court. They try to bounce it in, but Oxford turns the ball over. Oxford brought their camera crew, and he almost got hit there. DeLoach will inbound it to Smith. Smith will bring the ball up, does some talking, some signaling. And Smith wanted to pass it, but then got tripped up. He will give it to DeLoach. DeLoach signals him forward. DeLoach to the top of the key. Again, this is Columbus trying to be efficient, trying to take good shots. Smith shoots, and it'll be no good, but rebounded by Denaje Harris. Denaje Harris will be sort of went around the rim, but didn't do anything. And looks like Denijah Harris went down there. A 3-shot from Blackman will be off. And it'll be kicked by Denijah Harris. Denijah Harris runs at the court. Denijah Harris will have the ball kicked out of his hands. Knocked out of his hands there. He tried to go up the right side. I couldn't tell probably Wallington was up on him. Again, they move so fast. Smith tries to get the ball past him. He does get it. Deloach will take it at the top of the key. Columbus slowing it down, trying to get a good shot. Remember, they try to be as efficient as they can. Aaron Johnson by himself gives it to Deloach. Johnson again, he'll take the 3 this time. It'll be off, no good. Deloach with the rebound. Deloach will kick it out to Johnson again. Johnson to Smith, back to Deloach. Look for Johnson on the inside. He will kick it out now. Johnson back to Smith. Smith will drive it. Floater, good. And it was a charge, but they won't count it. And Pease number 20, went down hard for the Chargers. Sort of looks up a little wobbly there. So he will not count the basket, and it will be a foul on Smith, number 10. Blackman brings the ball up. They'll try to trap him on the baseline, and he'll just drive it in. Kick it out to Scott, wide open 3. They'll be just short, and the ball will be fought for, rebounded by Johnson, who will give to Smith. Johnson will give to Smith. Smith will bring it up to court, and it'll be good from Smith. 2 points there. First lead for the Falcons. Blackman will bring it up. Give it to Pease, back to Blackman, over to number 3, Owens, who we've just said the first time today. They'll kick the ball around. Nice ball movement from the Chargers, but it'll be tipped and taken from Johnson with his first steal of the ball game. Deloach drives it, kick it to Smith, who's wide open, and it'll be rebounded by Scott. Scott will drive it up, give it to Wallington, who tight ropes the sideline and does a good job of staying in bounds. So there'll be some training of passes from Blackman to Wallington, who will now give it inside to Peeves. And Scott will rebound it. And it'll go in for Scott, his first points of the game. Scott, 3 rebounds, 2 points. Tied up here for all, 3:17 to go. Smith will walk it up, call a set. Robert Woodard is up. He's a good head over number 3, Owens, who's guarding him. Deloach has the ball on the far side of the court. Woodard takes it. 3 looks to be short, is short, rebounded by Scott. But is taken by Deloach. Deloach got that away from Scott, and Deloach will score his first points of the ball game. Lead back now in Falcons. And Scott is all alone. Nope, he's covered by Woodard now. He was all alone. They'll try to kick it out to Scott. Scott goes inside, but he'll be careful not to go out. Owens drives in, and a charge by Johnson. Give him the Academy Award. And that was number 3, Owens, with the foul there. What a move by Johnson. That was good. Deloach will inbound it to Smith. A very low-scoring first quarter, but again, you expect it to be pick up the pressure. Sort of like a pressure cooker. That's how I like to describe Columbus basketball. They start slow and continually ramp it up and ramp it up and ramp it up. Coach calls a set. Deloach calls out to his teammates, and Woodard will have the ball. He had the ball, but it was sort of hit his leg as he came down with it, but he ends up getting it back. Go over to Smith now. Back to Woodard at the top of the key. Go over to Deloach. Deloach looking for some help, trying to find a cutting Smith, but he'll find a Johnson wide open, and he rebounded by... no one rebounded. The ball got knocked out by Columbus. So 6-4, 2 minutes to go. And number 30 checks into the ball game for Oxford. I don't have a 30 on here, but I'll work on that for you. I believe that'll be Vaughn. Scott shoots for 3 and is good. Scott likes this corner in the very side. We're on the floor, so he likes the corner near us. 7-6 in favor of the Chargers right now. Kicked out to Johnson. Johnson to Woodard. Woodard to Deloach on the far side. He'll give back to Smith at the top of the key. Johnson on the inside. Give it to Deloach on the three-point line. No good. Rebounded by Scott. Scott, 5 points, 5 rebounds. Owens matched up with Smith. He'll give to number 30. I believe that's Vaughn. And Wallington was trying to call for some help. Pease is all alone in the corner. Ball will be well short and be rebounded by Deloach. Woodard has it. Give it to Deloach. Kick it out to Smith. Smith wide open. Deloach thinks about shooting. It doesn't. And they'll call a set. And it's not man. It's not really zoning. I don't know what Columbus is doing. Oxford's doing. Columbus will move the ball around and find Johnson. Deloach to Smith. Smith calls another set. Again, they're going to hold it for the last shot of the first quarter. Very common for them to do this. 21 seconds to go, and they're going to try to force their hand and kick it back out. But all they're doing is they're going to try to four corners it, kick it back out. 10 seconds to go, and here's where Columbus takes action. 10 seconds to go. Kick it over to Johnson. Johnson to Deloach. Deloach shoots. No good. Rebounded by number 30, Vaughn. But the shot will not be off in time. And the score right now, Oxford up 1 on Columbus. Remember, this one of the keys to the game. Keep it close as possible. And they sure did. We'll take a 30-second break. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to Columbus Falcon Basketball on 91.1 WMSV.
Anthony's Good Food Market of West Point, Mississippi, proud supporter of the Juke on WMSV, features some of the South's finest Cajun and Delta-inspired cuisine like barbecue shrimp, hand-cut black. Reservations are recommended on weekends, 494-0316. Anthony's, now on Facebook and online. Anthony'sGoodFoodMarket.com.
As we start our second quarter of action, the Oxford Chargers lead by 1, 7-6, a very low-scoring first quarter if you compare it to the girls' game earlier. And it will be Columbus ball. The possession arrow favors Oxford right now, so in case of a jump ball, it will be Oxford, just so you guys know. Smith will inbound it to Deloach. Deloach will bring it across the timeline and will call a set. Deloach waves the guy off. Kick it out to King, now number 2, who's checked into the ball game. King to Deloach. Deloach back to King. King shoots. No good, but Woodard's there to rebound it, and a foul on Woodard. Deloach is a rebounding machine, has 3 rebounds already. And Woodard will go to the line with a chance to get the lead back, or at least tie it for Columbus. On the court for Columbus right now, we have number 2 King, 13 Denijay Harris, 12 Robert Woodard. Robert Woodard makes his first free throw, so it is tied. We have number 10 Smith and 11 Deloach. Ball's up. And good. Leads back now to Columbus. They will try to spread Oxford out now. They'll run over to Wallington, then throw it back over to Owens. Owens tries to make a move. They'll throw it back to Wallington. Do some nice passing. Try to get some space open through that. Pease looked for Scott in the corner, but Scott's covered. Good job by number 10, Smith. There'll be a steal from the Denijay Harris. Denijay Harris all alone, and the ball being knocked out by Pease. So he fouled Denijay Harris in the act of shooting. Tupelo was not happy about that call. Half the bench came up. Denijay Harris will try for his first points of the ball games. Denijay Harris gets a lot of points later in the game. He'll make his first points of the game with that free throw right there. Ball's up. And it's out, rebound by Wadlington. 9-7 your score. It'll be driven by Pease. Pease will shoot. Then rebounded by King. King will drive it up, kick it out to Deloach. Deloach will kick it to Smith. Smith back. And it'll be a push by number 20. He'll get his second in a very quick succession. And Johnson looks to check him back to the ball game. And he'll replace Deloach. 7 minutes to go here in the second quarter. 9-7 your score. King's going to inbound it, but to who is stuck from anything? Johnson in the corner, wide open. 3, count it. Johnson scores his first points of the ball game. 12-7 Falcons. They'll do that sort of thing where they try to split the two defenders. They'll tip the ball, but stolen, no, will not. Owens got it again. Will be blocked by Johnson. Johnson will kick it out to Pease. Pease will shoot, rebounded by Scott, and it'll be blocked by Robert Woodard. Robert Woodard will send Scott to the free throw line. Woodard's first foul of the evening. Scott prepares for his first throw. Sets, shoots. Good. 6 points, 5 rebounds so far for Scott tonight. And he'll try and make it a 3-point difference. Scott sets, shoots. Good. He has scored all but 2 points for the Chargers. Smith will bring it back up. Try to find a cutting King there. He does. King shoots, but Robert Woodard will rebound it. Rebounded again. That's 2 rebounds, but loses it. King will find it though, and King will score his first points of the ball game. Tupelo will take another timeout. The score is 14-9 in favor of the Falcons. Don't go anywhere. It's Falcon basketball, 91-1 WMSV.
Every hiring manager knows that a company is only as good as the people it's made from. So where do you find the best people?
Meet the grads of life, young adults of unique determination and experience. An ideal fit for your company in an entry-level position, internship, or even mentorship. They might not have every qualification you typically look for, but they're exactly who your company needs.
This is talent worth knowing about.
Go to gradsoflife.org to learn how to find, cultivate, and train this great pool of untapped talent. Brought to you by the Ad Council and gradsoflife.org.
Back now in South Panola, and the coach is urging his team forward. He'll throw to Wallington. Wallington will get trapped up by 2 Falcons. Then the Falcons will move back in position. They'll move back over to number 30, but 30 will throw it away. He tried to make a fancy move over the head pass, but there was no one there because the guy he was trying to throw to was cutting in. King will inbound to Smith now. This is where Columbus' efficiency really puts pressure on their opponents. 5-point difference. King will step back, thought about shooting, but doesn't. Smith, as the ball will go to King. King steps up, back to Smith on the far side. Smith will drive in the paint, floater. And on the floor, no foul. Or on the floor, there is a foul, but the basket won't count. And King will inbound it just to the left side. Columbus moving right to left here in this half. Inbound to Denijah Harris. Denijah Harris gives it to Smith. Smith inside the paint to Woodard. Woodard shoot it, but rebounded by number 25. That's Webb with his first action of the ball game. Webb came in for Pease, I believe. And Wallington will throw to Blackman. Blackman trapped in the corner by Denijah Harris and others. Wallington will drive in, loses the ball for a second, then turns out and gets it. The ball will be given to, try to throw to number 1 Blackman, but it's off his fingertips and out of bounds. Ball will go back to, the Columbus Falcons. Smith will bring the ball back up the court. Go to the left side, wide open King. 3, just short, but rebounded by Johnson. Johnson loses the ball, and it'll be a foul against Johnson. Let's see who the guilty party is for Oxford. It'll be number 30. With his first foul of the game. The mysterious number 30. And they'll inbound it. Johnson will inbound it on the right side of the goal. And he will find a Denijay Harris on the top of the key. Kick it out to King. King will kick it to Denijay Harris. Denijay Harris will drive. Draw defenders in. Kick it to Deloach. Deloach falls back out. Johnson calls a set. And now Deloach just relays the message to the rest of the team. 4:38 to go. Deloach is waiting for a screen, it looks like. Johnson and Woodard swap ends of the floor. King back to Deloach. Deloach to Johnson to Denijay Harris in the far corner. Denijay Harris tried to get it to Woodard, but he was covered up there. They'll kick it out to King. Back to Deloach at the top of the key. Back to King. King shoots. Looks good. But it'll be airballed and rebounded by number 25, Webb. The defense for Columbus is slowing down. Scott's wide open. 3 attempt will be off, but rebounded by Wadlington. Wadlington will kick it out. 3 attempt by Blackman. No good. Be rebounded. By Blackman, who makes a good shot. Scott is up one-on-one with Woodard in the corner, so Blackman rebounded it. Wadlington rebounded it, and they're keeping the dream alive right now for the Oxford Chargers. Wadlington will go around the horn, try to find a piece, but blocked by Johnson. And they'll call him. They say he hit his hand on the way up, so Webb will go to the line for 2. Johnson with his first foul of the evening. Low scoring game. Only a 5-point difference separates them. Make it 4. Webb scores his first points of the ball game. But I'll say Johnson has 2 on the night so far. Ball's up. And off the front, rebounded by Robert Woodard. Deloach will bring the ball up. And now Oxford will try to pressure a little bit. And he'll try to, there's some confusion on who's covering who. Columbus just keep it slow still. Robert Woodard will go to the top. Will kick it out to the left side to Smith. Tries to get to number 24, but it was stolen by number 1, I believe. That's Blackman. Steal by Robert Woodard. Robert Woodard will slam it in for 2. Robert Woodard, 4 points on the game tonight. And he had a steal. And the ball almost comes for me. Thank you, Robert Woodard, for saving my life. I'm not even joking. Robert Woodard just saved my life. You look down to write down something in the score sheet. You look up, you have a ball flying in your face. Things happen when you sit baseline. Number 3 will kick it out to Wallington. Owens will drive the basket. Scott in the corner, goes around, takes a 3. Be off to the right. Rebounded by, I can't tell who they're to scrap for the ball. Number 24 for Columbus comes up with it. That's Tywin Johnson. Kick it out to Deloach, to Denijay Harris, who drives back to Deloach, circles in, tries to find Smith, does. 2:25 to go. 16-10 your score. 6-point lead for the Falcons. Denijay Harris goes in the paint, puts some work, and the ball will, no foul will be called. They'll say it was just out of bounds on Denijay. So Owens will inbound it for the Oxford Chargers. Blackman will bring the ball up. Denijay Harris will try to trap him on the baseline. You can imagine they prep for this in practice, but seeing it in person is a lot different. They'll give it back to Wallington now. There's some mad confusion for the ball. And they'll say he stepped out. Good defensive pressure from Smith. Forced him outside. Now all Columbus has to do is expand this a little bit. A 10-point lead going into the half was ideally what they're looking for. They score most of their points in the third quarter. And it'll be open shot for Deloach. It'll be off the back, but rebounded by Tylen Johnson. We'll try to feed Woodard on the inside. There'll be a one-on-one Blackman and blocked by Tylen Johnson. What a play. What a play. He was going up for the basket, but number 24 came out of nowhere and swatted it out of bounds. Wallington, number 4, inbound it for the Chargers. He'll chunk it deep to Owens. Owens will look for his coach to try to get a signal. Doesn't get one, so he's going to roll with it. Number 4 will get it at the top in between the circles. And Owens will get it back over, try to do some cutting action, and the ball will be hit by Deloach, but Scott will end up with the ball. Back to Scott, back to Wallington, over to Owens, who skip passes it to Blackman. They'll try to go around the horn. Wallington trying to direct traffic, trying to get some movement going. No one's in the paint right now for Oxford. They're going to hold on and wait for the last shot. And if you're Columbus, you're fine with that. Denijah Harris will try to force the issue. And he does. He'll get a pass to Blackman going. They'll try to pass it back to Blackman. They're going to do a four corners approach. They want the last shot, or try to at least get space and one-on-one opportunity. And they'll be stolen by Robert Woodard. Robert Woodard will go down, goes up for it, and will get 2 points. So a steal and 2 for Robert Woodard. And the ball will be brought back down quickly by Oxford. People go up and get it, but will be rebounded by, and they'll say it'll be Tupelo ball. No, it's Columbus ball. They'll say roll off the foot of number 20 for Oxford. Number 5 now checks into the ball game. That's Sparks. First time I've called his name this year. And number 10, Smith, brings up the court. And again, 18-10. They've held Oxford cold the last few minutes. 12 seconds. Denijah Harris shifting over by Robert Woodard. 8 seconds. 7 seconds. 6 seconds. Denijah Harris going to try to do something. He'll give it to Smith. Smith to Denijah Harris. 1 second. Shoots by Sparks, and it'll be just off. So 18-10, a low-scoring affair. Still anyone's ball game. As we will take a break, and we'll give you a sort of a piece of the action of what went on in the first half of the championship game here in South Panola. You're listening to 91.1 WMSV.
A baby's arrival.
Coding Academy is a program where we teach people who don't have previous programming experience how to become junior developers. So that's someone with about 11 to 12 months of experience in programming. It's a no-cost program. It's supported by Innovate Mississippi, which is a nonprofit based out of Jackson. And we simulate like a work environment. So all the coders come in around 8 in the morning and we code until 3:30 in the afternoon. They have a whole work day. And we spend that time teaching the fundamental concepts of computer science, well, computer coding.
It started out of an innovation across not only just the state of Mississippi, but through the nation. We were finding that there was a deficit for trained skilled workers in those areas, or there was a high demand for computer programming, but we did not have the skill set in our area.
I see myself in 5 years working at C-Spire or any other particular business that's working with computers.
Every program that they ask you to create is a new challenge, like putting pieces of a puzzle together. You have to figure out how it will fit to make it run correctly.
In 5 years, I hope to work for a big company. Hopefully, I can work from home, work remotely, and do a little web design.
The other part of the program is that we're teaching what some people call soft skills or industry-ready skills.
Soft skills include those job employability skills, interview skills, resume building, teamwork, working with finances and budgeting.
You know, I think this is a special opportunity for our community as a whole, when you can take individuals who need a second chance in life. And life happens to people, and they're able to learn skills that allow them to be able to be employed and receive a job for $50,000 to $70,000 or more as a programmer. It means a lot to me. You know, what this is called is social entrepreneurialism, is when you have the opportunity to really impact the community and really develop a program that changes so many lives and actually changes the destiny of our students.
Games. They already host a home game, both sides will, but if they win tonight, they'll have an extra one after that. So they'll host 2 home games, and it'll be a really good position for them to be in. Both sides want it, and of course both sides would say that they probably need it. Both teams have the ability to go deep into the playoff, especially Columbus being a top 100 team and number 3 team in the state. So with all that said, there's a lot to look forward here in South Panola, so don't go anywhere. 6:18 till second half action. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to Columbus Falcon basketball here on 91.1 WMSV.
Your Bulldog men's basketball team is back in Stark Vegas on Saturday, February 17th for a key rematch with Ole Miss. Creating the most electric and intimidating atmosphere in the SEC starts with you. The Bulldogs are 16-1 on their home court, so this is a game you don't want to miss. Fewer than 1,000 tickets remain, so get yours today at hailstate.com/tickets, and we'll see you at the hump.
The MSU Library will host workshops throughout the spring semester for students. Each class will go over a different topic that will be helpful in increasing students' understanding of the library, as well as giving out helpful hints on dissertations and grad student information. For the full list of workshops, visit library.msstate.edu/workshops.
Introducing Walmart Neighborhood Market, an easy new way to shop that's close to home. Come inside for a full grocery selection with fresh local produce, choice USDA meats, all at Walmart's everyday low prices. And it's not just groceries. Get free shipping with in-store pickup on over 1 million eligible items from Walmart.com. Walmart Neighborhood Market. Same low prices, fast, fresh, and easy shopping.
Now open at northeast of MSU on Highway 12 in Starkville.
Join WMSV every Sunday from 3 until 6 p.m. for Jazz Sunday, right here on 91.1.
The programming heard on WMSV 91.1 FM is brought to you in part through support from the Columbus Municipal School District. For information on the Columbus schools or for events happening at the schools, visit columbuscityschools.org. One team, one Columbus.
Everybody buckle up. Mom. Buckle up. Let's go. Buckle up. Can we go to the store? Mom, buckle up. Everybody, buckle up.
A lot goes on in the car, but you're in control. So only move when you hear the click that says they're buckled in. Never give up until they buckle up. Learn more at safercar.gov/kidsbuckleup. A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
We are back here in South Panola now. 18-10, your score in favor of the Falcons. Both teams have yet to come out on the court. And we'll sort of give you a highlight of what happened Oxford jumped out to an early lead, but then Columbus came back and sort of had a couple of back-to-back baskets and back-to-back sort of plays that they ran. Again, they take the time calling their plays, and then they wait for those transition breaks, but they'll take their time. They're not in a hurry. But the third quarter, expect Denijay Harris to get actively involved. That's typically when he comes alive, and when he does, he sort of allows space for Robert Woodard to get open, and that's why they're so explosive in the third quarter. They score most of their points in the third quarter now. And we go back to the keys of the game. For Columbus, it was efficiency, so they could be a little bit more efficient. That's probably what their coach is telling them, be a little bit more efficient. They are hustling out there for sure, but another thing they have to work on is defense. Their defense has been great so far, only allowing 10 points in one half. And the coach said if we can hold someone to under 42, we believe our chances of winning go up exponentially. He said that earlier in the year. And if you're the Oxford Chargers, being down 8, you still believe that you can get a couple of plays together and you will have a close ball game. So they definitely need that. And they have done a good thing. I checked them off the list, and they have not fouled a lot. They kept people off the line, which they're not helping Columbus in any way other than a couple of those back-to-back turnovers, which allowed Columbus to have sort of a string of drives there that allowed them to put up an 8-point lead. 2 minutes to go. We'll take one more break, and we'll be right back with the championship game here in South Panola.
In a healthy body, wounds heal easily and naturally, but for people with chronic health conditions such as diabetes, heart disease, or cancer, or for those who are aging, wounds can be slow to heal and prone to infection. The Wound Healing and Hyperbaric Center at OCH Regional Medical Center specializes in treating difficult-to-heal wounds. Our specialists provide the latest treatments with a goal of healing wounds, preserving tissue, and preventing amputation. OCH Wound Healing and Hyperbaric Center. The healing starts here.
Computed tomography, MRI, and X-ray are radiology exams your doctor may order to uncover important information about your health. These exams are routine, but they may also cause you concern. Ease your fears by visiting radiologyinfo.org, where you can access over 230...
Internationally recognized as a leader in agribusiness, can get you started. Their accredited online program provides high-quality instruction that grooms students for advanced careers in farm production, food manufacturing and distribution, product marketing, retail, forestry, and agricultural lending, all on a schedule that works for you. To learn more about this and all of their online programs, you can visit distance.msstate.edu. Hail State.
Join us every Sunday night at 11 for an hour of Bill Street music. It's Bill Street Caravan, part of the Juke here on WMSV 91.1.
The ITSP Drive service provides each MSU faculty member with 10 gigabytes of network-accessible disk space to facilitate classroom instruction. P-Drive may be used to store lecture and instructional materials for easy access. Since P-Drive is only temporary, network-accessible storage, this data is not backed up. Faculty should make backup copies of any files put on P-Drive. For more information or to request your P-Drive access, contact the ITS Help Desk.
Steven.
Who said that?
Me, down here.
Ugh, what are you, a yellow booger?
I'm a banana slug, Steven.
What are you doing in my room?
I'm your sense of adventure. It's been a long time since we've had an adventure in the forest.
Mom took me to the forest last year.
I'm a slug, Steven. It took me a long time to get here.
You're right. I should get out.
Yeah, the forest is not that far away.
Hey, Mom!
Come to the forest where the more adventurous you lives. Check out discovertheforest.org for cool places nearby. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
On the first possession, Wallington throws a long pass out of bounds and gives possession back to the Columbus Falcons. So now, with 7:37 to go, Columbus is looking for what they did before. They're going to call a set, and you'll expect this a lot. Call a set, run it, and then that's it. Smith tried to look for a three, and then had to beat it in his face. He'll shoot it now, though, and he'll make it. So Smith with 5 points in on the ball game so far. 11-point lead for Columbus now. Number 3, Owens is being guarded by Deloach up the floor, trying to get trapped by Johnson, but nothing. And there is a turnover, so the duo of Johnson, number 21, and Deloach will give a turnover and give the possession back to Columbus. Deloach will give it to Smith. Smith gives it back to Deloach, and Deloach will go across the timeline and try again. Smith wide open again for a 3. It'll be in and out, but rebounded by Johnson, and he'll put it back. Johnson with 5. So already 5 points here to go in the third quarter for the Columbus Falcons. Scott will have the ball taken away from him by Denijay Harris. Denijay Harris will go in, float to Robert Woodard, and Robert Woodard got one floated to him by Smith, and he said hello to the rim with that one. Second dunk of the night, and can't say I'm not impressed, because that was impressive. They'll give the ball to Blackman now as he will cross the timeline. Blackman to Scott. Scott tries to go around, tries to find some space, but there's nothing going. Looked like there was a travel potentially, but the ref was sort of behind him, so he didn't quite see it. Scott's trapped in the corner now. He'll try to give the ball to Pease, but the ball will be stolen by Robert Woodard. Robert Woodard will go give the ball to Smith, and Smith is fouled in the air by Owens. Smith gets up no problem, so good to see that everyone's okay after coming up out of that. That's number 3's third foul of the evening. Smith goes to the line. Columbus is now going from the left to the right, so they're on the right side of the 4-4 I am. Ball's up and good. Smith now with 6 points on the night. Smith gets set again. Looks, shoots, and it'll be rebounded by Johnson, but Johnson will lose it, give it to Deloach, and Deloach will put it back. So Deloach will clean up. And then Johnson also had up with the rebound. A steal by Johnson now as Oxford tries across the floor, and he'll get another one. So Tupelo will try to call a timeout now. Out of nowhere, 12 points, 5:44 to go, and it is a 20-point difference just like that. We're going to take a timeout with them. You're listening to 91.1 WMSV. We are back.
MSU Dining is a proud supporter of the programming heard here on 91.1 FM WMSV. For information on any MSU Dining events, promotions, and giveaways this spring semester, you can like and follow them on Facebook and Twitter at MSU Dining, or you can give them an Instagram follow at MSU Dining Dogs, DAWGS. Feed the dog inside the spring semester.
As advertised, 12 points been scored by Columbus in the third quarter, and they scored 18 the whole first half. So when I wasn't lying to you when I said most of their points come in the third quarter because they get active. It could also been a little bit of help from the Oxford Chargers, giving them a few free possessions. And now if you're Oxford, you want to try to make it efficient. Now they're going to try a little bit of press here. Johnson will be on Owens. He'll give it to Blackman. Blackman will cross the timeline, but find 3 Falcons right there. You expect there to be room, but there isn't any because the Columbus Falcons get back so fast. They'll trap Scott in the corner, and Scott will go out of bounds. He was pressed out of bounds, had no help on the baseline. Denijay Harris is a big, big fella. And Deloach will inbound it to Smith. So Smith will just bump it back to Deloach. He'll cross the timeline. Let's call a set, and we'll continue from here. So give it to Smith. Smith, floater from about the free throw line, and he will get it. 8 points now for Smith. Blackman will go throw over to Blackman. Blackman will bring it up, have two Columbus players in his face. Scott pump fakes, tries to shoot, but he's covered by Falcon players, and the ball will be rebounded by Pease, puts up shot, and he will get it in. Good effort for number 20 for Oxford. Deloach will bring the ball up. Deloach calls another number. Still a 20-point lead. Smith wide open. The ball will be rebounded by Robert Woodard. Woodard will give it to Deloach. Get it back to Smith, wide open again. Rebounded by number 1 Blackman of the Chargers. And they will try to do a little pressure to slow them down. That's what we saw them do. They'll try to trap it. Pease, 20, will kick it out to Scott. Actually went to Wallington to Scott, and Scott will miss it, but the ball will be rebounded by Deloach. Deloach will drive, kick it to Smith again. Smith thought about shooting a 3, but after 3 straight misses, he's going to call out, and his coach was calling out a set there. So he'll run the set now, drive in, nice face move behind the back, kick it to Deloach. Deloach, nowhere to go. Wallington was aggravated about no call there, and the ball will be out of bounds, or be knocked out of bounds by a Oxford player. I believe that was number 2 who just came in, McKellen, or McKellar, I can't really tell. And Johnson will inbound the ball, give it to Smith, wide open. He doesn't take the shot though, but will kick it back out to Deloach, who kicks it back out to him and back to Deloach now. So we're just going to do a little round and round we go. Woodard will drive it in. It'll be blocked by Blackman, and Blackman will foul him in the act of shooting. He thought about dunking it, but Blackman got in the way. Got in the way there. So we're going to be 2 for Woodard. And you just can't do this if you're the Chargers get a player like Woodard to the line. Woodard, of course, as many of you know, will be playing for the Mississippi State University Bulldogs next year, which is exciting. You think about the athletes Columbus has produced in the past 2 years, Colin Hill and now Robert Woodard will both be playing for State, so it's a good thing to see local boys playing for a local university that's close to their home. Oxford will inbound it. Number 2 for Oxford will bring it in. Will be stolen by Najee Harris. Najee Harris will give it, and will give it to Deloach, who will it will go around the rim. Was about to fall out, but Najee Harris just bumps it in. 3 points for him on the night. 3 points, 2 steals, and then a foul on Woodard as he tried to block a shot. Oxford got the ball down very, very fast. It was a long ball and got the ball very, very down, very, very fast. So the Columbus didn't really have time to react as Owens will go to the line looking for his first points of the night. He will not find on his first attempt. He'll try now for the second attempt. Score 3 currently 35-12. And it'll be rebounded by Woodard. Well, he was almost out of bounds, so it was rebounded by Woodard, but he was going out of bounds, gave it to Najee Harris. Smith will drive in the lane, will give it to Robert Woodard. Robert Woodard puts a floater off the front iron, and McKellen will come up with it. McKellen, excuse me. So now we're going to go to number 20, Peeves, who brings the ball up the court, and there will be a foul. It'll be a travel. He did take 3 steps. He doesn't believe it, but he saw it. (35-12) the score currently, and now they'll go man on man and try to stop him from inbounding the ball. Smith will have it, give it to Deloach, and now McKellen will be one-on-one with Deloach. 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Deloach will drive in the arch. We'll kick it out to Najee Harris. He'll roll in the arch, kick it to the top of the key to Smith. Smith will drive now, kick it to Deloach. Deloach wide open, floater, no good. Rebounded by Wallington. Wallington trying to direct his guys. Columbus just trying to slow him down. But given to Webb, taken by Wallington will be missed and rebounded by Deloach. Deloach is everywhere tonight. Robert Woodard will hand up with the ball. Smith will be in the corner getting the pass from Woodard. Smith makes a nice move. Pump fakes, gets 2 off players to jump, then just goes around them. 10 points on the night for Smith. He leads the team right now. 10 for 10, that's his number. And he'll cross it over to McKellen. McKellen shoots for 3. off the front iron, rebounded by Woodard. Woodard will get the ball stolen by number Pease, so will remain possession of Oxford. But then it is taken back by Woodard. Woodard will give it to Denijah Harris. Woodard in the corner all alone. Three's chance and good. 11 points on the night. So 40-12 your score. Another timeout is taken. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to Columbus Falcon basketball on 91.1 WMSV.
This is Josh DeMille. Some people call buying a turtle shell trinket on vacation a souvenir. I call it criminal. Many of the world's most magnificent animals are being pushed to extinction by the trade in their body parts. If you travel abroad, you may be offered these products. They may look nothing like the animal itself, but don't be fooled. An animal has been killed to make it. Remember, when the buying stops, the killing can too. Visit wildaid.org for more information.
Well, if you're just joining us, in the third quarter, Columbus has went on a 22-2 run, and it's been very one-sided in Columbus's favor. 40-12 is the current score. You heard me correct. 40-12. And you hear the Columbus side getting into it as they feel they'll have two teams sitting at number one. The Columbus players are smiling off their energy. And they all slap the floor. They all slap the floor as they're pumped. They'll be in a 2-3 zone now, and they're just trying to. The only way that Oxford's getting back in is if they shoot the ball really, really well. They'll try to get some ball movement. They'll get it to McKinnon on the far side, toss it in, but it'll be stolen by A. Johnson. A. Johnson will give to Woodard. Woodard directing traffic. Will drive inside the arc, give it to number 24, that is number 24, Kyron Johnson there. He'll get his first points of the night. And they're going to slap the floor again. All players slap the floor. If that doesn't put a smile on your face, I don't know what does. They're all moving in good unison in a 2-3 zone, shutting down angles for Oxford. Oxford doesn't have a chance to slow it down. They have to try to score some points. 42-2, 30-point difference here. They'll get the ball inside to Webb. Webb will kick it out to Blackman. Blackman for three. No good, but rebounded by Johnson, A. Johnson, number 21. He has 5 rebounds on the night. Columbus is starting to feel it, but they're still going to take their time running their offense now. 30 seconds, you expect them to hold it for the last shot of the quarter. Smith will do a nice little spin move and try to get a guy off of him, but he does stay true. Number 2 almost holding Smith from moving anywhere. Robert Woodard is asking for help. We'll get it from Smith, and it'll be stolen by McCann. McCann will be one-on-one all alone and score points. Good individual effort from McCann as he scores his first points on the night. The ball will be taken by McCann again, but he steps out. If he had kept inbounds, he was all alone though. Another reporter to the left of me almost got taken out, didn't even notice. So that's twice. You know, being on the floor has some great perks. You're close to the action, you see everything, but also there's a chance you could get wiped out if the ball comes your way. We'll take a short break. They took a timeout. We'll take it with them. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to Columbus Falcon basketball on 91.1 WMSV.
Anthony's Good Food Market of West Point, Mississippi, proud supporter of the Juke on WMSV, features some of the South's Cajun and Delta-inspired cuisine like barbecue shrimp, hand-cut blackened ribeyes, and gumbo. Plus, for live music fans, every Wednesday night, it's the Midweek Mojo, featuring musical performances from 7 until 10. Anthony's, established in 1936, is a brown bag establishment, so feel free to bring your own bottle of wine or spirits to enjoy with your meal. Anthony's Good Food Market, located at 116 Main Street in West Point, Mississippi. Reservations are recommended on weekends, 494-0316. Anthony's, now on Facebook and online, anthonysgoodfoodmarket.com.
We're starting our fourth quarter of action. Score 42-14 Columbus. Oxford Chargers are trying to slow down the onslaught that they felt in the third. But the Columbus Falcons will be rolling to the basket with King, and King will find it for his second basket of the night. So now Columbus back in that 2-3 zone. They've played man almost all night, but now they're in zone. And with a guy like Scott, you imagine him take advantage of the 2-3 zone. They're trying to get Scott one-on-one. Now Scott looked open there, but the 2-3 zone, the top two players, King and Smith, are really, really fast. There'll be a foul when they try to bounce it into Webb, and it'll be a foul, I believe, on number 24. And yes, that is correct. Number 24, Tyron Johnson, will draw a foul there. Webb goes to the line. Looks for his first points of the night. Shoots, and he'll find it. And he'll line up again for the shot. Shoots, and he'll find it. So 2 points there, 16-44. The Falcons, with a huge 22-2 run in the third, gave them a huge lead now. And they will try to just rotate guys in there, circling guys in the arch, out of the arch. They're doing a nice circular motion. And there'll be a travel by King. King tried to do a spin remove and sort of move in the same direction, move in a different direction. Feet tried to stabilize him, and that caused the travel. Blackman will give to McCann for Oxford, and he'll bring it up. McCann scanning it, trying to figure out what's what. And they will try to move the ball, try for a dunk from Pease, but Pease didn't find it. Pease will elbow a couple of guys, and he'll go to the line because he was fouled in the act of shooting, I believe by number 21, A. Johnson there. He'll draw his third foul tonight. And Scott's talking with McCann, trying to get a game plan going. Next time they look at that 2-3 zone, he wanted the ball, wanted to shoot a couple times as Peeves' first free throw goes in. He lines up for a shot again, shoots, looks good, is good. 7 points on the night for him. Smith will bounce pass it to King. King will cross it over to Smith again. Smith will throw it to Johnson, who gives to King. King, who has broken the pressure, will kick it out to Smith. Smith tells his guys to come a little closer. To Nigel Harris. Johnson. Johnson shoots, looks to be a little far, but it's rebounded by King. King puts it back up, but no good. Rebounded by McCann. King will Johnson who gets the foul called on him. They will not count the basket as Johnson got laid out by a drive from Blackman. DeLoach will come in for King. We have Woodard, DeLoach, the starting five for Columbus. That was Smith, DeLoach, Woodard, Harris, and A. Johnson. And they'll call a foul on the coach. And he's telling him to quit talking to the ref on that side the way he is. So they'll inbound it to Smith. Smith will kick it over. They'll try a pressure, a full court pressure now. They'll just bounce it over to Johnson on the far side of the court. Johnson gets tangled up, but Woodard is all alone. Denijah Harris will get some points from the assist from Robert Woodard. Denijah Harris, 5 points on the night. Took a more quiet night than usual for Denijah Harris. But Denijah Harris, with that big body, has forced a lot of balls. Scott will shoot for three, but will be off the top front rim. Smith, the rebound. Smith, not a big guy, but he'll get a rebound every now and then. Blackman gets the steal. Blackman up, and he will get it. Blackman scores his first points of the night. So a 26-point difference now with 5:30 to go in the fourth. And Robert Woodard will be at the free throw line and give it to Johnson. Johnson will get it in. And a timeout was called by Columbus, I believe. After that, we'll take a break with them. 5:17 to go, 48-20 in favor of the Falcons. You're listening to 91.1 WMSV.
The Greater Starkville Development Partnership is seeking volunteers for Project Class, a program tutoring local third grade students. Tutoring takes place 1 hour per week, and all schools throughout Oktibbeha County are involved. For more information or to register, you can contact Hunter Harrington at harrington@starkville.org or at 662-323-3322.
$48-20 your score here in South Panola as the Columbus Falcons just look to play a clean fourth, and they will be number one regular season champs, number one district champs, and they will switch to man. They try that zone, they slapped the floor a little bit, had some fun, and they will essentially, Johnson is going one-on-one with Scott, making sure he doesn't get a chance to shoot a three-point shot. They tried the 2-3 zone, they saw it. No way, they're doing a box and one. Oh my goodness. 21, his whole purpose in life is to make sure hit number 21 for Oxford does not get the ball. They're playing zone on the inside, but A. Johnson for Columbus is just making sure that Scott will not get the ball. Blackman will try for the goal, shoot, not for the goal, he'll try for the basket, and he'll miss. Rebounded by Smith. Smith will take it up the court. Johnson is in the corner, looked at it for a second, almost went out of bounds, but saved by Smith. Kicked over to Deloach on the far side. They'll go around the horn, kick it back to Smith, over to Johnson. Again, the ball moving. It's a four corners essentially. They're just going to try to slow things down. Now that Oxford has pressured, Smith will just drive to the basket and get his 12 points on the night so far. So again, the box and one, 21 Aaron Johnson will be on 21 Scott for Oxford. And I am not even joking, they're having four guys play in the zone, in the paint, and have Scott just covered at all times. I mean, it's a compliment in and of itself to show that if Oxford's going to get back into it, it's through that guy right there. Number three, Webb tries to shoot, but no good, rebounded by Woodard. A very interesting strategy as the score is 50-20 with 3:30 to go. The ball we give him from Deloach to Johnson. Johnson will go around the top, fake the drive, but he'll just give it to Deloach. I assume Columbus just wants to kill clock right now. Denijay Harris will drive, but kick it out to Smith. A very common thing to do, drive and kick, drive and kick. Deloach will be one-on-one with Scott. He'll drive, and we fouled. Scott fouled him in the act of shooting. He tried to go underneath the basket, and Scott just hit his hand on the way up. So Deloach will go to the line for two. 3 minutes to go here in the fourth. And the first is missed by Deloach. We'll have a changing of the guard as some Falcons who typically don't get to see a lot of playing time, but with a 31-point lead, we'll see it. And those players are McCray, Sparks, 24, we talked about Tyron Johnson already was in. They'll go for a 2-3 zone again, and they're going to let things just slow down here. If you're Oxford, you just want to make sure your guys are eligible to play for next game. The three-point shot is taken by Owens, but it'll be rebounded by Sparks. Deloach will drive it up in between the circles, crosses the timeline, and works from there. Johnson will get the ball, kick it to the left side to Sparks. Sparks will go to the top of the key, kick it over to McCray. McCray to Johnson. Johnson will just go to the top of the key, reset the play. And they did this play so well because I knew it was coming. Johnson gave it away, but then went straight inside. It was sort of like a give and go, and he makes an easy points. 11 on the night for him. And there's a foul called on the side of the floor. I believe it was on Deloach. No, they'll call that on Johnson, number 24. his second of the ball game. 2:10 to go, 54-20. And they'll try to inbound it. Webb will get it, go up against DeLoach. DeLoach out to Blackman. Blackman made a nice move to not get a half-court violation. He'll get the ball back from McCran. Blackman shoots for a three, looks too far, is too far. DeLoach with a rebound. DeLoach has 6 rebounds on the night. He's probably a little less than 5 foot, 6 foot, excuse me. Number 34 is in the ball game. That is Moore. He'll score his first points of the ball game. So a lot of new guys you'll see here in the future. It is a very senior-heavy team, but you'll see these guys pretty soon if you're a Falcon. Number 2, McKellar shoots from deep and finds a three-pointer in the basket. He has 5 points on the night, 2 rebounds, 2 steals. And a coaching moment for, nope, it was a travel called by Columbus. No, I'm not sure. There wasn't a travel call, but I don't understand what happened. All right, they'll inbound the ball from the far side and right in front of the coach for Oxford. Sparks gets it, kicks it back out to number 3, McCray. McCray calls a play called Chin, a play that Robert Woodard and his fellows ran several times already. If you've been around long enough, you've seen it much. Sparks has it. I'm expecting to see it kicked out to number 1, Burnett on the far side. He's a throw by himself. McCray loses the basketball, but he gets back. He'll drive in the paint. Looks for help. Nothing there. 34 will get it over it, but number 30 will rebound it. Miss again. So 2 misses as Gray's got the rebound, but nothing. Owens runs the floor with it and scores an easy 2. 25-56 as the Falcons will just try to kill 30 seconds, and they'll be your tournament champs here. And now there's a couple of different games they can play between Horn Lake and DeSoto Central, I believe, the 2. 17 seconds to go. McCray's just killing time in the corner. Being matched one-on-one with Blackman. And a foul called against Blackman. He tried to sort of get the ball from him. 8.6 seconds to go. They will win a 31-point victory here tonight. The Falcons, the boys and the girls, complete the sweep of both teams they played tonight and the tournament championship. And give a big shout out to Columbus. They have won both games. We'll give you a breakdown of what happened, and we'll give it to you right here. So we had 3 Falcons in double digits. The leader tonight was Smith with 12 points. Woodard had 11 with 8 rebounds, 3 steals. Harris had 5, 1 rebound, 2 steals. DeLoach had 6 rebounds, 6 points. Aaron Johnson at 11 points, 5 rebounds, 1 steal. Number 24, Tyron Johnson, 2 points, 34 more, 2 points, and King with 4 points. If you look over at the Oxford side, a great game. Both Pease and Scott had 7 points. McKellar had 5, Blackman 2, Owens 2, and Webb 2 as well. And they had a total rebound for 15 rebounds tonight. But it simply wasn't enough because they played a very, very talented Columbus team. But we're sure we'll see Oxford in the playoffs. Don't count them out just yet. There's a high chance that Columbus will see them again. So the number 1 team from their division will be the Columbus Falcons, as they will get the bot and the extra home court advantage. So be sure to come out and support your Falcons when they go to Columbus to play their next game. And you heard it here on 91.1 WMSU for Jackson. I'm headed out, and God bless.